Okay, there we go. I guess that's our theme song. And welcome, everyone. It is 6 o'clock where I'm at, Minnesota. Not exactly sunny Minnesota. It's a bit sunny, actually. But yeah, it's great to be back. We took a little bit of a break for August, but we're now finally back with another episode of Late and Live, the third on the channel and the fourth overall. I'm seeing people in the chat. We have 7 viewers right now. Thank you all for tuning in. It really means a lot to us. Oh, wow. Wow. Now we're up to 10. This is crazy. I hope you've all been, I guess, enjoying yourselves as much as you can during this really strange time. And my chair is really squeaky. Let's hear a bit of that. Okay, I'll stop. But yeah, this has actually been a pretty good time for the community, in my opinion. There have been troubles, but I think that the great thing is that they've been addressed. They're starting to get addressed at long last. And the content that's flowing out it's probably the largest amount I've seen in quite a while. I think this community is really doing well at this time. I just am seeing some people in the chat. Useful Engine 11 says hello. Sneaky Steamy says hello. Flying Scotsman Productions says hi, Taj. And Will Thomas 199 says hello. If you remember from last episode, Will Thomas 199 was our Thomas trivia competition champion. So, and he was not even planned to be one of the special guests. So, once again, anything can happen on this show. That's why we're live. Well, I mean, that kind of goes without saying. But while I'm talking about Thomas content, I'm just going to give you a little bit of an update as to what I've been up to. Not that that's really interesting, but I've actually been watching lots of content. And during the past month, I've been watching lots of content. And now, today, this is the last day of my second week of college. So that's pretty exciting. And somebody's coming down the stairs right now. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing, but yeah. So I've just been getting into the groove of things. So if I'm a little bit more relaxed, it's because I'm tired. But I'm not too tired to do this. I'm going to entertain you guys. I'm not going to let you down. But on the fandom side of things, just look at all the stuff that's been going on. My first guest has put out lots of really great content pertaining to Thomas and the Magic Railroad, which is, of course, celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. And while I'm talking about that, it would be a shame if I didn't mention, wow, really loud upstairs. It would be a shame if I didn't mention Nikki's, or I guess Vinny's, Mr. Conductor Fan 1406's, his recent Thomas and the Magic Railroad parody. And of course, to attribute it solely to him or Mad Frog Productions would be a discredit to everybody else who worked so hard on the project over its 4-year creation period. That honestly is incredible. And we're going to be talking about the end result of all that hard work just in a few. Now, pertaining to what I've been promising for about a year now, I think I announced that I was going to do a Thomas and the Magic Railroad review way back last year when I was on Thomas Battles. But I have been working very tirelessly. And my end goal for it is to create a review that really encapsulates and sums up all the reasons why it's a contentious film in the community, all the pros, all the cons, all the controversies, and potentially even to get some people who have never heard of the fandom or maybe right off the fandom to warm up a bit to the concept of Thomas fans that are a little bit more mature than everyone else. So I think that because of that, it's been getting delayed time and time again. I want to incorporate elements of the Blu-ray. I might talk about Nikki's fan film. I might be talking about Will's fan film. And there's just so much going on. So I guess you could say that That's Thomas and the Magic Railroad is my movie of the summer. On top of that, if you watched last episode, I had Trains and Tugs on, who introduced me to this Thomas and the Magic Railroad YouTube poop collab. And once again, I'm not the biggest fan of the term YouTube poop or the people who necessarily always do it. There are lots of people who make really genuinely great content that is experimental and out there and incorporates really interesting editing. But it does have the stigma of, I guess, edgy humor. But I'm really faithful that all of the entries that I've seen so far to this collab have been top notch humor, top notch everything. And I just wanted to give them a shout out as well. So that's probably the first thing that's going to come out that I've worked on. And of course, my series, which I've been saying I've been working on for about the past 5 years. So nothing else is new in those terms. We're going to start our interview segment. Our first guest is going to arrive, or rather come on, in about 4 minutes. But I'm just going to check in with the chat. We have 16 viewers currently. And I'm just going to go and see what everybody's been saying. Lots of people saying hello. Well, I guess that makes sense since it's the beginning of the show. Flying Scotsman Production says, hi. I'm wondering, is that a Paul McCartney reference? I requested that Wings song on Roberto's Records on 420. Oh, man. Good times. And I'm doing well. I hope you all are as well. Once again, very weird time. One of my friends is actually, I believe, getting tested for COVID-19 now. So I've not heard back from them. So just have them in your thoughts. I'm not going to reveal names, even though I believe that they would be fine. If I would, I just don't want to expose them to any privacy. So yeah, I hope everything works out for you, man. Just looking around. You also said, Flying Scotsman Productions also said, COVID has been bad for everyone, but it was kind of a godsend on the community. You know what? I kind of think that the community would have been reinvigorated anyway. And there are certain people who've come back and said that, I just wanted to check in because it's been a long time and this kind of opened up some time. But I think that window is kind of coming to a close, People are starting to go back to their places of work. People are starting to go back to school, as evidenced by what I was saying, even if that's at a distance setting. And that means lots of people are kind of starting to not have as much time anymore. So I think we're just experiencing something of a creative resurgence. Because I remember the community had a bit of a interesting era around the time that Misty Island Rescue came out. And I think that subconsciously prompted lots of people to make really good content. So it might be COVID-19. It might just be Big World, Big Adventures. I don't know. And I'm not insulting fans of Big World, Big Adventures when I say that. That's just the typical one. And I'm just looking through the rest of them. Will Thomas 199 says, the parody was very good. Everyone worked so hard on it. Honestly, yeah, really great job on everyone who worked on the project. I have to give you a standing ovation for the work alone and the fact that it's a parody. It's a parody, and it was better than the actual film, in my opinion, at least. So a round of applause to everyone involved, because you did with a limited budget picture, or I guess as they'd call it, a no budget picture, what studios, professional studios couldn't do, and with a lot of heart. So I just want to thank all of those people who made us so entertained. Well, I guess it's 6:09 where I'm at. It's going to be 6:10 in about right now. So I guess it's time to introduce my very first guest. I mentioned earlier that he is currently working on a Thomas and the Magic Railroad related project. He calls it the Thomas and the Magic Railroad Rewrite. On top of this, he is currently making some of the best content I've seen from up and coming users in the community. He has a wonderful series that he just started last month called Sodor Origins. I recommend you all check it out. And that man is, of course, Epic Entertainment Films, also known as Will. How are you doing?
Good. How about you? And thank you for having me on. Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, it's a great honor to have you on. Once again, I really love your stuff. And also,
Thank you.
I'd like to highlight to the people out in the chat, out in the YouTube verse.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'm getting fancy. That both of my guests tonight are on largely because A, they're really good users, and two, because they filled out the forms that are available down in the chat. So if you want to appear on the program, make sure to fill out the forms because we do check them, or at least I do. I can't speak for everyone else. But yeah, how are you doing?
Very good, and I'm very honored to be a special guest on this wonderful podcast here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's honestly just once again, I'm really happy about this program. Just how it's turned out so far. Yeah. All the guests I've had on have just been really great people, and so don't let me down. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Don't let me down. But
I can't promise.
But anyway, I guess the first thing I'd like to ask about is that today, just literally earlier today, you can all check this out. You posted a little clip from your Thomas and the Magic Railroad rewrite, hashtag Thomas and the Magic Railroad Fall 2020. It's titled Junior and Diesel 10. Could you tell us a little bit about how that program's that project's coming along?
So Magic Railroad is going good. Probably about 30 or an hour. Well, just a short bit. Before I actually came here, I planned a full live action cast filming day and some location scouting for a few things. So I would say that it's going pretty good.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Good.
Yeah, and what was like your impetus like for is that the right word? No, inspiration. I'm fumbling all over myself tonight. I'm drinking tea. At least I think it's tea. But
cancel Taj right now.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what's in the drink. But where did your inspiration to make this film come from? Because from what I've heard, you've been working on it for about 2 years now.
Yeah. I think my biggest inspiration was me wanting to make a grand entrance for joining the community. And second would probably be Vinny, because recently I found out that Vinny does musical theater, spoiler, which I've done numerous shows and did like a lot of just all sorts of stuff like with theater, and like now like he's kind of just like my idol, if you will. So so his stuff, Enterprising, Thomas Wooden episodes, just everyone here, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I really admire that you set out to make a big splash with your first project, and you're doing it. You're actually going forth and making the project. Because I remember when I first joined the community, or when I first joined the community on this account, I was like, I'm going to make a big splash. So I planned out a very ambitious story called The Many Fates of Spam Can. And let me just say, it was not, terrifying. It was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. I have nothing but hatred towards the concept, towards Spam Can, actually. Just the character. I absolutely hate that character now because it was such a bad script, but I could have made it better if I just stuck to it. So
No
I
controversy.
really, yeah, man, Spam Can to me is like Bill and Ben to Lemmy. That's the comparison right there.
Oh no, that's pretty deep right there then.
Yeah. But yeah, you mentioned some of your inspirations. I'm going to ask the formulaic survey questions that I ask every single guest on the program. I guess maybe I'll make a poll out of it someday. I always say that, but maybe I will. I can't even get the surveys done for Roberto's records, even though I did get the front sides done last night. I got the front sides done. I know Roberto's watching right now, so I know what I'm getting mad. Yeah. But what was your what is your first Thomas memory and your first memory of the community?
Oh Lord! All right, we're going back.
We're going way back to the beginning. Cavemen, cave women.
Back in 1913. Okay, so I think it was like 2011. So in 2011, my dad had pulled up like the Wii when that was still a thing. Oh
yeah.
The Wii remote for the TV, which I don't know how that was even a thing.
I remember it fondly.
So we pulled it out, turned on Thomas. So me being the no-brain child thought, okay, this is nice. But then, so then he turns on the CGI, and me being the 2-year-old boo snub I am, even then, I'm like, what is this hot garbage? CGI, no. Sharon Miller, no. So this is why I'm like making like sign language signals, like turn back on the classic series, and like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think my earliest memory of the community, I think a bunch of OG people will remember this, which I don't know how I remember this because I was like just born. But there was this one there was one YouTuber who, I forget the channel name, but I watched him every day. Now he had this series, and the only thing I can remember from his series was there was an episode where George, a Take and Play George, squashed over a clay thing. Clay thing.
Anybody in the chat remember? Does this ring any bells for anybody in the chat? Because
I think Kikray mentioned him in something.
Interesting. It doesn't ring a bell with me, but I'll be on the lookout.
Then after that, it was Kikray and Enterprising. Then that just expanded from there. Now, when I was like 5-ish, I took my dad's like camcorder, and I probably have filmed at least a week's worth of content, but the files have been completely lost because like it was from like the dinosaur ages. But I filmed like 50 remakes, set tutorials, reviews. Oh my Lord. And all of it's lost, and I'm depressed about it.
Well, I just upload like on my own personal channel, THGJPTDDDO. I really should put that on the thumbnails, but on my channel I actually rediscovered these old videos I filmed back like on like Christmas of like 2009. I remember like very vividly. And of course, back then I was so stupid because I was, you know, it was 2009. And I was just like coming up with stuff like, oh, why does Coley have two faces? And like Diesel, like, you know, the reason why Diesel wants to destroy Thomas is because Thomas has friends, you know, like dumb plotline stuff like that. And I recently rediscovered it and I uploaded it onto my channel. So honestly, if you can find that stuff, once again, you said it was long deleted, but you know, if anyone can find their old stuff, it's just great stuff to have.
Yeah.
Flying Scotsman production asks in the chat, was it Trains Are Cool too? I don't think it was.
Here, Trains Are Cool too. Oh, I remember the title name, Daisy and George. I think it was called.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if this miracle I can find this.
Yeah, because I
can't.
Because I've talked to Trains Are Cool too, and I don't remember like I don't remember making a video like that. But then again, my memory's not exactly the best.
I found it.
You found it?
Okay, so my earliest memory of Thomas with the fandom was MH1942.
Oh,
an OG user.
Oh my.
Oh, which still makes content to this day. Here, I am gonna find the episode and link it in the chat because it was like my first memory of any Thomas, like anything.
That's crazy.
Oh, this brings back so many memories.
I remember like there was like one video, since we're talking about lost media or something like that, or lost and found media in your case. I remember like one of those early videos I had was like that really sticks out in my memory is that somebody made like a Thomas layout, and then there was a part where they made like a bridge that went like up like 7 risers, and then it came down, and it was supposed to be like the dam, like from Toby and the Flood.
Oh.
I really remember that, but I for the life of me, I've never been able to find it. And it's sad because it was really cool. Perhaps it's been forever lost to time, but that's all right. I have the memories.
Oh god, the camera quality is so bad on this, but it's so nostalgic. Oh.
Did you post it in the chat?
Yes, it is in the chat, people. But oh god, like this was my first memory ever of the fandom, which is the dude like made like customs but painted the faces horribly. It's just beautiful. And it's like, oh.
And I do remember Alex and Thomas Productions. But I always remembered it as Alexand Thomas Productions. That's how I always said it. Alexand Thomas. So yeah, that shows how smart I was back then.
Could I possibly share my screen so you could have a clue of what I'm trying to talk about? If not, I get it.
Well, in the meanwhile, perhaps you'd like to say like, was there like one video where you were just like watched that and you were like, I need to make a channel. I just need to make a channel.
Okay, so we're going back to Thomas Wooden episodes, baby. All right.
Ooh.
It was amazing. Shout out to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it was his Haunted Henry remake.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that or Edward Trevor and I'm the Really Useful Party. One of those remakes, like I was just like, boom.
And like his content just was like off the charts back in the day. Like when he came on the scene, like I remember like us having Skype groups, including at times LegoLover, just like watching his content and being like, man, look at all the set detailing and so on and so forth. And that was also around the time that like the Thomas Wooden Railway competition started happening. That was the impetus for me to create my channel, actually, even though I don't collect Thomas Wooden Railway for some reason. I I just was inspired. You said that you had created content in 2013, but those files were lost. What inspired you like to come back, for example?
Well, so 99.9.9.9% of you don't know this. Maybe my family, maybe like a friend from the dark ages, but I created my channel for Lego stop motion. But so I recently moved and stuff, but I was like about 5 months before we moved, I remembered watching Enterprise and stuff. So I scoured through YouTube it would be super neat to go back and revisit my early childhood. So I found it and watched some of it. Then I was realizing this is my childhood and almost what I'm meant to do.
Yeah.
I know it sounds cheesy, but
no, not at all. Not
yeah.
at all.
So I changed my channel name to from the Lego lineup. Oh God. From the Lego lineup to Epic Entertainment, and now it's since Epic Entertainment Films.
Yeah, and I like your intros, for some of your videos where you just have the red E, for example. On your channel there is a video that's your I guess your promo video, because everyone has a video that they said is a promo video, and it's like a Indiana Jones kind of brief 3.
Oh yeah. That was my first ever good, decent, and I mean decent film.
Yeah, because I was it take that honestly, Indiana Jones seems to be a film that inspires lots of people.
Yeah.
It's one of those films that people watch, and then after that they're like, oh, I can be a filmmaker now.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, sorry.
Which what I found funny or am now finding hilarious is 90% of the comments are from users from the fandom. Everything traces down to almost the community calling me back kind of and
Oh yeah. And
more sappy cheesy stuff.
Yeah, but it's good. It's all good, honestly, because I had a similar, you had enterprising back in my day. Back in my day, I'm sounding like a baby boomer right now. But man, I remember when I was a kid, whenever Kikray left the community, I left along with it. That was just what I did, even though I really loved lots of other people's content. But it was every time he left, I left. And then I got nostalgic one day because
Apprentice.
I was a 10-year-old that got nostalgic. That was me. And so I went on YouTube and I was like, oh, Kikray's back. And then I rejoined. And then the next time Kikray left, then I left again.
Screw these man children.
Man, I'm so happy I moved on beyond that point. I'm so happy Kikray uploads more consistently,
every day.
He's crazy. He's crazy, hardworking.
Which since I had left the fandom then rejoined, I thought doesn't Kikray have 1 million subscribers or something?
Yeah. And deservedly so. It doesn't hurt that his name is Thomas Wooden Railway. So, I mean, that's kind of why I think lots of people discovered him first, is because they're like, I have Thomas Wooden Railway. I'll see if anybody made cool videos. And then Keith Gray's videos popped up first.
Because it's Thomas Wooden Railway.
Yeah. And, it would, and maybe I would have had a problem with that if he wasn't just such a really good content creator. And he's totally deserving of that name now. He is Thomas Wooden Railway. He is Thomas Wooden Railway.
He pretty much is.
Yeah, and pretty much the whole fandom is built around him to this day. They have branches, sure, but it really was like that was where it all grew. Grew from.
Yeah.
And now I guess now we should probably return to the more present day. You recently uploaded the first episode of Sodor Origins, which I saw you did with some good friends of mine, including the Sudrine, who was a guest on our very first episode.
I saw.
Yeah. So it has a really cool style. Once again, it's called Sodor Origins, but I liked all the ways that you kind of established that it was taking place during this time period, in the cinematography of it. So what was do you have an interest in older media or in history even that inspired you to kind of dive deeper into that? Or are you just interested in other mythos?
So there were three factors that inspired that whole concept. One was Eric Pier 53's just cancellation without any notice of Railway Tales, because Sodor Origins is a sequel to Railway Tales, which I even emailed Eric hey, can I continue the series? Which he said yes, as long as it as it isn't titled Railway Tales Continued or something like that.
Yeah, Railway Tales, the next generation or something like that,
Yeah, but so there was that. Then I just been so of course I'm working on Magic Railroad and stuff, but at the same time I realized I'm not producing anything, so my channel is basically going to be dying. And in the words of Vinny or Nikki,
it's gonna take some time to get used to that. Yep. It's great though.
Don't think I'm dead because I'm not posting. Which he said that in some update video, but yeah. So I felt like I didn't deserve the at the time 200 subscribers, almost close to 400 people helped me out. I'm sad, but yeah. So I just wanted to be more active. Then the other factor was I had the Knapford station set up thanks to Flying Scotsman Productions for letting me some of his sheds and stations for it. So I had it set up, and for a while, I've had concepts for Knapford Station type episodes. So that's why I just thought, what the heck, let's try it.
Yeah.
Then the pilot, which was disgusting and disgraceful, was very, very well received. So I was just well, I guess this is the thing now, as big as people say it is. So,
yeah. And once again, there is a comment in the chat that says, at the moment, Keith Gray is one of the very few Thomas Wooden Railway community members who still uploads regularly. But hey, you're an exception there. I think there's lots of people who are actually uploading quite frequently. But it just means that, we just need to put the spotlight, on and be on the search for it a little bit more, because back in the I almost said back in the day once again, but back in like 2013, 2014, and especially 2012, there was this whole scouting process because the community was small and we wanted to discover new people, who shared these interests. That's why there was stuff like the Thomas Wooden Railway competition, because we wanted to discover the next big content creator.
Yeah.
And, I think that's kind of died down a little bit. So I think if we really are like going to reinvigorate this community, it would be great just to kind of start that scouting process once again. And
Roman, what are you saying? Oh.
Yeah. And while I'm actually on that topic, it's funny that I bring up the Thomas Wooden Railway competition, because now WQJP TV, also known as Kilroy Communications, has been uploading way more frequently for like the past 2 years. So yeah, and he's still not on the active members page on the wiki. So
that's interesting.
I'm gonna say it here just so I can get up on top of that. So yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
And Roman says, yeah, I'm a pretty frequent uploader if I do say so myself.
Roman, you little nerd.
Roman's great, man. He's great.
What? Yeah. All right. Well. Speaking of like frequent uploaders, there's one user called Crazy Goose Creations who uploads like every 5 minutes with actually quality content. So. Good job.
But check him out.
Crazy Caboose. Goose. All right.
Oh, Crazy Caboose. Crazy Caboose Creations. Yeah, I heard that as Crazy Kids, like something. So
Crazy
I was like,
Creations.
Yeah. But yeah, I've heard of Crazy Caboose Creations. And yeah, their upload looks like they have a really tight upload schedule, because like they post stuff every week. So once again, give them attention as well, because I've seen some of their videos. I'm just saying, like the Never 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 Give Up music video. I've seen that, and just kind of scrolling through. Wow, that's quality. Thanks for the highlight right there.
Yeah.
And Josh Production says, well, I'm making Thomas and the Magic Railroad too, if you are interested. So once again, Thomas and the Magic Railroad is supposedly like the movie of this time. And I even read in the chat
nominated for 2020
that it's coming back to theaters. Is that true?
What?
I saw Cardi tweeting about that on Twitter, but I was not exactly sure what he meant. If he meant like, oh, the parody is going to like theaters.
Wait, that would be something I'm attending.
Like, go and see it at the drive-in, double feature with Cheech and Chong and Up in Smoke, something like that. Man, that would be fun.
Lord.
But that's crazy. Man, that would be great. Now let's jump, since we're on the topic of Thomas and the Magic Railroad. It only makes sense to go full circle and return to this topic. So how what elements of Thomas and the Magic Railroad do you find really intriguing, and what made you want to expand upon that idea? Because of course you said you were inspired by Vinny and so on, or Nikki. Oh dear, I said it myself. But were there certain subplots that you wanted to really expand on?
I really wanted to expand on how Sodor is dying. Because they mention it in the film, the magic cannon can't exist. Oh well, no. But the magic also connects with Sodor, and Sodor is like powered like by that almost. So if it's dying, then Sodor should be as well. So I really wanted to expand on the fact that like Sodor is disappearing and in the film you will be able to see it like visibly like disappearing in some shots like fading, like some trucks fading in and out, like stuff like that.
Oh yeah, like Back to the Future where Marty McFly's like watching his hand and disappearing. Yeah, that's great.
Oh yes, more nostalgia back in the day, I tell you. All right, let's get the show on the road, people. That one.
Yeah, I think it's great that you're expanding upon that point though, because Thomas and the Magic Railroad is at its core a very confusing film. I think even the people who really enjoy it and like have to admit that okay, it's a bit complex. It's a bit much to like really like dive into, because it's like, why is Mr. Conductor changing size, but like Lily stays the same? Why does Thomas have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gold trucks?
Why does Dirty not have any passengers?
Yeah. Why is the only living creature on the island except for the locomotives a rabbit? Like, there's nobody else. There's nobody else.
No drivers, no nothing.
Yeah. Why is Gordon complaining about Thomas being late? When there's nobody. Yeah. It's like, did they just like lose like the models? Like the.
Oh crap! Use the peasants here. Shut it down. Shut it down.
We got you.
Twinkle Toes here. Shut the operation down. So I repeat, Twinkle Toes 101.
So who are some of the people that you are honored to be working with? Because it's a pretty long list.
Lots of people. Oh, all right. Time to pull a Google Docs on. All right, let's get this. All right. So, Flying Scotsman Productions, Enterprising Engine 93, Ed's Trains, 10 Lie 10, Vincent 22 or Vincente, Brennan Productions. Let's see who else. I got a long cast list. The Chair Lord, The Old Guards Van, Half Baked 8, Island of Sodor Films, The Sudrian, Useful Engine 11, Shia, Oliver Duck, myself, some family friends, just pretty much the entire fandom is in this. So that's.
Yeah, honestly, it looks really like. It looks like it's coming together, because I'm seeing like your green screen tests, like where you're landing, like where like everyone, like I don't even know how like to explain it. It just like the mood lighting at night, like it has like that blue tint that I loved so much about like Thomas Percy and the Mail Train. It has that like wonderful kind of vibe. And Snow Kid is commenting about the StreamYard logo in the top right corner.
They shut it down. We've been exposed. Hurry.
Oh no. Oh, this stream is sponsored by StreamYard.
I snack a woo, if anyone gets that.
Yeah.
If anyone in the chat gets that.
I will not bow to any sponsor. But yeah, during this process, like, have there been like any like difficulties in like coordination in conceptualization?
Oh Lord, this. Oh Lord, many difficulties. I've had. Let's see. First off, I'm also playing Patch because scheduling got mixed up, and the Patch actor can't make it. So I'm having to play 2 roles. So don't hold me against that, please.
Oh no, that's fine. I mean, if it works for Peter Sellers and Dr. Strangelove, then it works for anyone.
Yeah. We've had iMovie shut down. Camera not recording or saving footage. We've had to move filming locations. Have scenes in the script honestly vanish out of thin air. The first draft rated. Oh Lord, many.
Yeah. I've had experiences like that, like on Final Cut Pro. Like sometimes if you just leave it alone for a while, all of the files go red. Like it says file missing, and you can't do anything about it. So I know that's so frustrating when that happens.
Yeah.
But it makes you more cautious though. So you do learn something from that experience. Now, I hate to say it, but our time together, or at least this initial time together, is coming to a close. Of course, you will be joining us once again at 7:30 for our roundtable discussion with our second guest, who I bet you can all guess who it is based on our thumbnail.
Lego Schmoover
007.
Oh, James Bond. Oh my dude.
Man.
You're my biggest fan. Oh my dude. Oh my.
James Bond and Star-Lord on the same stream. Who would have thought? Anyway, I guess this brings up the question: when will we be able to see this parody? I mean, not parody. Well, rewrite.
Rum, stop hating us. You should be seeing it early this fall. And if not, then you probably sued me. So.
Okay, so everybody lawyer up. We're
right.
going to take down Epic Entertainment Films. We're going to make it Bankrupt Entertainment Films, also known as Orion back in the early 90s. Orion's back, though. Orion's back, so I'm happy about that. And one last question before we just part ways briefly before you return. Like Douglas MacArthur. I'm just wondering once again, and you can say this as softly or as loudly as you want. How many subscribers are you at?
I am at 397 subscribers. Please help me get 400. I am cranking out the content. I'm making a probably 20-hour film, so expect that. I pull wooden trains around on strings and spend 90% of my days staring into their plastic souls. Please.
He makes great content. You should check it out. We have 15 people watching.
Please,
and
15 people.
And from my experience with live streaming, typically the view count on StreamYard is actually lower than it actually is. So please, out of you 15 people, if 3 of you have not subscribed to Will's wonderful channel, make sure to, because you're not going to be disappointed and you're going to be doing it anyway. So might as well do it sooner than later. So, and why do I say you're going to be doing it anyway? Because his content is that good, and you are going places. Well, anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for being on. Can't wait to have you back on, and talk to you just in a few.
All right. Thank you for having me, and I will see you soon, I suppose.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Okay, that was like the most depressing Matthew McConaughey impersonation I've ever heard. But luckily, my next guest is somebody who will forgive me for that, at least hopefully, because he is one of my oldest friends in the community. I've known him pretty much since 2013, and we've remained fairly in contact since then, even though I haven't had him on like any of like my Skype calls in a while. We message each other, and I check out his live streams, and you should too. He is the creator of Home Media Reviews, what Skype calls are like, and what our Skype calls are like, sorry, and much, much more. And it is my honor to introduce a returning guest to the Monday Night Live canon, which is now late in live, Mr. Garrett, LegoLover117. How are you doing?
Hey man, how's it going? I'm all good. You know, I had to park at a meter to get into the studio here, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine.
I'm sorry that you need, once again, I'm not making money for this, but I'm sorry you need to spend money for this.
I know.
I'll try to, as when I show my face, I'm going to make sure to meet up with you, and I'll give you the money. I'll give you the money to make up for it. That's on me. That's on me. So how are you doing during this difficult time, I guess, or this weird time in history?
Yeah, you're definitely right about it being weird, man. You know, I haven't been as bad as a lot of people off. I've been very fortunate throughout this entire situation. I didn't lose my job or anything during it. UPS is an essential service, so I was at work every day, as like it would be any other day. So yeah, that was, I had a job, was still, you know, seeing people at a normal rate at work, I guess. And the only thing that really changed for me was the fact I couldn't go to church all that much because we had to close our doors for about 2 months, but we had online services, which was nice. But
Yeah.
other than that, and other than having to wait in line to go into Walmart, which I never thought would be a thing, it's been pretty okay.
Yeah. And I've seen you've even started going to like the movie theaters as of late. I always go to the drive-ins. Like, so honestly, it's nice that new movies are starting to come out. I'm not gonna lie. So I haven't seen Tenet, and I said I was going to see Bill and Ted, but I wasn't able to have the time last weekend. So,
oh man, you got to see Bill and Ted 3. Me and my girlfriend saw that last weekend. Oh, it's so good.
I heard from a few of my friends that it's like, you know, whenever you make a sequel that late into like the franchise's like lifespan, you're always like going to be a little worried, like, oh, are they going to mess this up? But they said no, they did a pretty darn good job because they got like the original writers and so on.
They didn't mess up anything, at least not in my opinion. They got everything pretty much right with those characters.
Man, I'm excited because I grew up with those, like the original 2 films, man, and those bring up back lots of memories and lots of nostalgia too.
And I just saw them a few weeks ago to build up to this.
Ooh.
I never saw Bill and Ted as a kid. I had just recently picked up Excellent Adventure on Blu-ray a couple weeks ago, and then I rented Bogus Journey on Google Play, I think it was, and watched them.
Yeah. I actually, we watched those in school, if you can believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, we had do you have like a program called History Day where you were at? It might just be a Minnesotan thing.
Not that I know of.
But we had like just a day where we watched the 2 of them, where because it was technically like it's history oriented, of course, you know, especially the first one because they're kidnapping like Napoleon and Sigmund Freud and so on and so forth, Abraham Lincoln. But yeah, it's been a while since we've actually talked. Well, not face to face, but I guess profile pic to profile pic. But I have watched quite a few of your live streams. So what does this mean? Is this going to count as your like monthly live stream, or are you going to be having your own? I hope you have your own.
Yeah. September's live stream is still going to happen. It's poised to happen probably next weekend, is what I'm planning on. For those of you watching that don't know, I stream every month now, or at least I try to. I've had a pretty consistent stream schedule this last year. It was a meme for a while that I couldn't stream in May because it was always so busy. But I streamed in May this year, so that was great.
That was really impressive, honestly.
Hopefully, I don't break the cycle like I did last year and the year before that. But it's fine. It's all fine.
It's fine. You know, it's the exceptions that make the standards that much more powerful. You know, that's not true at all. What am I saying? Anyway, let's go back to the beginning, the very beginning. Here's
That
the
makes
survey
no sense
question.
at all, but we're gonna roll with it.
Yep. All right.
That is quite literally my entire life.
That doesn't make sense at all. Hey, that's me. I didn't raise my hand. Like, I don't know if I've ever asked you what exactly got you into Thomas and into the fandom.
I was a Thomas fan from a very early age. I was introduced to it as a child, like most of us were. I remember I had Thomas Comes to Breakfast on VHS. That was my first VHS ever. It was the reprinted version with the green outline and Henry on the cover. That was how I primarily knew Thomas. I was gifted wooden railway sets throughout my entire childhood. I grew up with some of the PC games like Great Festival Adventure. That's one of my personal favorites, even though technically it's not a good game, but it's nostalgic and stuff.
It brings back memories.
Yes, exactly. Despite how simplistic it is, and I just never really grew out of it. You know, I tried for a while to just kind of leave it behind, but for some reason it just kept piquing my interest. And I think the first YouTube user I watched that did Thomas content was Cliche Answer, but Keycraze videos, or Chase, Thomas Wooden Railway, whatever anyone wants to call him now. I first discovered his series when I was probably, I don't know, 8 or 9, just poking around on my old Windows XP desktop computer because it took us forever to finally upgrade from that.
Same here.
I was just poking around on YouTube, and I found him and then got linked to a bunch of other people, not anyone whose name comes to mind right now, but I watched a variety of stuff, a lot of like Trains remakes of episodes that I had never seen, that I didn't know existed because I didn't have all the VHS tapes growing up as a kid. That's why I wanted to collect them all now as a 21-year-old adult, because I wanted to rectify that childhood mistake.
And then you'd stumble across like a video like a series like Thomas the Idiot Tank Engine, and that would expand your vocabulary.
I did see that as a kid. I remember I stumbled across that series and I was like, this is cool and edgy. I like this.
But man, that content just has like a hue to it now. Like, it was not always the best. You know, I'm not going to lie. You know, I'd hope it isn't the best because, you know, I would hope that in the 12 years since then, we've improved at least a little bit. You know, that's not a diss. Once again, that's just a hope. But man, you know, when I go back and watch like some of those really old like videos where people just like showed off like their Thomas video collections, like with the shaky cam in the hand, or when they just like showed the Ertl collections, and it was just a bunch of
guys, this is Thomas fan 67 here, and I'm gonna drops the camera. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna show you my Ertls, and there's like no light in the video at all.
Stop dissing me. That's pretty much my take-along. Like that was like what it was like when I was like take-along fan 02. Did I ever tell you that? I had
no, I didn't know you had a channel called that.
Forgot about back in 2009 after Hero of the Rails came out, and I was like, I'm gonna make my own series. So I even called it Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends Take-Along Adventures. How original. But man, and I remember like when you're honestly one of the first people that I talked to in the fandom. Like when I got added onto Skype, you were like one of them that was there. Another one was Hero of the Japanese Train, Romans TWR Empire, who's being really naughty in the chat. Train King James.
He still is. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, the great Train King James, I should say, who just posted an update for Thomas battles. And I'll actually jump ahead a little bit. Is that you have been on community radio before, right?
I have. I was on the original Thomas Battles when it was hosted by MPS, and I was on Hero of the Japanese Train's second show, Getting with the Times.
Which is now deep in the vault. So you're going to need a Call of Disney to see that one.
Yeah, it's that show was really more of a variety show. It didn't really pertain to Thomas, which neither does Blue Midwest Mysteries, but that's fine, I guess.
Like I mean, like what kind of variety show? Like did like people come on like the program and like spin plates like on sticks or stuff? You know.
I wish it would have been funnier than SNL, but that's just.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Even though the Eddie Murphy episode was okay, but
I haven't watched SNL in years, but.
I haven't watched SNL since 1980, and I was not even born. But I just want, before I go ahead forward, I would like to say that I really do appreciate this that in one of your live streams you started talking about my experience with Jake. I feel comfortable to name him now, but towards the tail end of the video, you dedicated a portion to just responding. And that really meant a lot, and it really helped me out. So just going forward, know that as we travel through time, like Bill and Ted, that don't worry about naming him. I feel I've already had my emotional breakdown for the day at around noon. I'm working. It used to happen at night. I'm working it towards like the beginning of the day. My goal is that at some point I have it while I'm sleeping. You know, that's where that's the goal.
If you can't get rid of it entirely, do it while you're asleep.
Yeah, give a new definitions to sleep on it. But I just wanted to say thank you, and don't worry about that, because some things might require you to mention he who shall now be named, because I'm done not naming him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem, man. When I saw what had happened, it really just struck a nerve with me, because those of you that are watching the show right now that don't know, I was pretty good friends with Jake for a long time, and just to find out that he had done something like that, and it just really, I felt like I needed to say something about it.
Yeah, I get that, and I really do respect that, because you actually both, from my recollection, you really bonded, not really only on like Thomas stuff, but like on like home media in particular. Like you were like, oh, I have the VHS, and I have like the DVD, you know, or something like that. So yeah, I if you want somebody to do that with, I might expand my collection, because I'm really sorry that a lot of those memories have probably been soured. Well, they were a bit sour before then, but yeah.
You didn't sour it that much, man. I already had a lot of kind of bad experiences with that guy. But in all honesty, though, if I had to thank Jake for something, it would be for reigniting my passion for physical media and such. Because you're right, in the Skype calls, we would just talk about this Thomas VHS and DVD history and such. And I could say he's one of the inspirations behind Thomas and Friends home media reviews. Now, he didn't help create the show or anything. That came from another YouTube user. This guy didn't help create it. It just inspired me more. By the guy by the name of Nathan P. Butler, who is a host on some various Star Wars podcasts, has a YouTube channel where he has the show called From the Star Wars Home Video Library. His goal on that show is to showcase every single form of Star Wars or any kind of Star Wars content on physical media. Because of that show, and I guess Jake reigniting my love for Thomas on physical media formats, that's what inspired Thomas and Friends home media reviews to become a reality.
You know, that's why I say, you know, to quote the Beatles, take a sad son, make it better. I don't know how much of a Beatles fan you are, but it seems like everyone in the community is, so it's gonna resonate with somebody. And we're gonna jump into the home media reviews just in a little while. We just touched upon it a little bit because I know that you're a massive film buff, and there's stuff that I'd like to touch upon.
Absolutely.
I guess we should probably go back to your own film, which I guess looking back at Thomas and the Tragic Railroad, since we are talking about Thomas and the Magic Railroad, I was looking through the wiki and I was like seeing that this was like a massive like deal back when it came out, and I remember it's been like forever since I watched it, but like was that like inspired by just the Skype calls you would have like on Skype?
Yeah, that really just came to me kind of like a kick in the pants. It was just kind of, hey, let's do this. It was never intended to be a full video. It was always just, we were just goofing off in Skype calls, and I would just write these little like couple of lines into a small script, and I'd have them read it out, and they would, add their own, they being the other people in the call would, add their little nuances to it and such. And it just kind of sprung up out of nowhere. I just kind of thought, hey, why don't I turn this into like a full-fledged thing? And it became a whole 22-minute kind of special. I have trouble calling it a movie because it's not anywhere close to theatrical runtime, but you could technically say it's my third. Film. It's my third film technically, but
yeah, technically, including your fan stuff. Because I've noticed also that your channel has you continue to upload like every once in a while, like Wooden Railway content. You're a part of the collaborative channel Tank Engine Studios, for example.
Yep.
But over the past like 2 years or so, you've kind of moved a little bit more in a general media kind of direction, where it's like, I'm going to talk about my Thomas media, and I'm going to talk about, films, opposed to the constant stream of Wooden Railway content that was maybe what was at the beginning. Has this been intentional, or just is this emblematic of shifting interest?
Kind of both. Around the time my channel started to morph into something that wasn't entirely Thomas related, it was around the time that home media reviews, or I should say Thomas and Friends home media reviews, since there's now 2 separate series, that show was coming to an end because Mattel at that point hadn't put out anything new onto physical media. So I said, I'm not going to keep this going if I don't have anything more to cover. I'm at Mattel's mercy at that point, which is bad thinking about it now, but
yeah,
you should never be at Mattel's mercy.
You should never put yourself in that position, because they'll always let you down.
They always will, and they continue to do so nowadays. But
that's like Thomas
for another time.
Thomas is not going to be here in 5 years. Who are you kidding? We're going to like re-upload all those really early, like sketchy, like Thomas will end on like September 7th, 2013 videos, but just like update like the dates with like the same like poorly edited sad face Thomas videos made on Windows Movie Maker. We're going to do that.
Oh my God. That strikes a nerve, man. Oh, but yeah, when Thomas and Friends HMR was coming to an end, I just thought, I want to keep doing regular content because I love doing YouTube, despite how much work it takes to actually get weekly content up. Because, I'm uploading 2 videos a week. I just really wanted to keep a regular show going. So I thought, hey, why don't I axe the Thomas and Friends portion from this and just create a whole separate series for just theatrical films? Because I'm already a huge film buff, like Taj said. I review films weekly over on my Instagram page. I've been doing that for 3 or 4 years now, and I thought, hey, why not bring this to YouTube in the same style as HMR? They're pretty easy videos to make, actually. They just take a little more time. Since I'm watching, full theatrical films, I'm taking more notes, and it takes a little while longer to edit them. But other than that, I just thought, hey, why don't I transition to more of a regular kind of variety channel? That's kind of what I had wanted to do even before Thomas Friends HMR came to a conclusion, because I always thought I'm not going to want to do Thomas videos forever. So I figured to push a little bit more focus onto the vlogs, onto the Let's Plays, and onto this new series, Home Media Reviews, which has been doing consistently well in the views. It doesn't get anywhere the views that Thomas and Friends HMR does, as evidenced by the last 3 weeks of uploads that have demolished the regular HMRs getting uploaded throughout the first part of 2020. But that's just what people want to see, and I respect that, and it makes me money, so that's fine.
Yeah, and that's great, because honestly, I've seen your channel really booming as of late, because whether that be like you're uploading like home media reviews or vlogs or even Let's Plays, or audio commentaries of, older videos, it's really great to see you just kind of still, adapting your style and being very successful in it. I guess since I did bring up the audio commentaries, I should bring up the origin of some of these remakes that you are, I guess, doing audio commentaries over. That being, of course, the Thomas Wooden Railway collaboration specials.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I actually know a bit about this, which is nice. It's nice that I'm going to be interviewing you about something that I kind of know about, because I don't know anything 99% of the time. But these collabs, I remember that there have been long talks about trying to make collaborative wooden railway videos, not only remakes, but like narrative, portion-based like videos. Dating back all the way like to 2014. Remember there was like a fan film like where it was like 100 people got invited to the call, and we're like, okay, we're gonna write a script about like Christopher Audrey comes to the island of Sodor, and like there's a story that takes place with every character.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and I wrote one where Christopher Audrey takes a ride in Henry, the melancholy engine, over by the scrapyard, and there's an engine being scrapped. I was messed up. Kid. People think that Southern conflict is edgy? He Turtles will say it was a bit edgy to add Hitler, but it worked out because it worked in a narrative setting. Me, I was just like, I'm gonna make this the saddest scene I can possibly come up with, and the scrapped engine is gonna be singing Hank Williams as he slowly like gets taken apart.
If you really wanted to be like really on the nose, you should have had like the soundtrack playing Johnny Cash's cover of Hurt.
Just see if I still feel. But that was before Logan came out, so that was before it became like the cliche, kind of. I love Logan. Logan is such a good movie.
Oh, it
but
is.
After
it's
that,
absolute favorites.
Yeah. But after that, you notice that every YouTube poop like kind of shifted from using Mad World, like the cover by Gary Jules from Donnie Darko, to Hurt by Johnny Cash. It was like instantaneous.
Which is upsetting because it's a really good cover of that song.
It's a brilliant cover. But anyway, enough about this.
I already love Johnny Cash as it is.
Oh yeah. I'm a massive Johnny Cash fan. I referenced him actually in an episode of Thomas Mysteries, actually, that I guested on, which was pretty funny. Because I was like, oh, what if we make it like a one piece at a time situation? And I doubt most people would know what that song is. But hey, it's a good song. Check it out. But anyway, let's dive into the collabs that made it to YouTube.
You should have been like, okay, there's this one time I fell into this ring. The ring was on fire. It burned.
The Ring of Fire. Did June Carter Cash write that one? I think she did. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah. Anyway, on to the things that actually did make it to YouTube.
Yeah.
Like out of all those remakes that you've made, like which one is like your like the one that you're proudest of? You know, in that collaboration.
If we're talking just strictly the remix I made for the collab.
It can be both, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll answer both. You know, just to be facetious. I don't think that's that word you use it. I don't think you know what it means. Let's think here. I really think that my Toad Stands By remake is one of my favorites. It might not be one of my greatest ones, especially with the effects of making Scruffy fall apart. It was literally just a jump cut. But that one, I think, is the most nostalgic for me because it was the first time I'd ever worked on one of those collabs, because there was a collab that I was invited to be a part of, but I wasn't able to be a part of. It was the one of the last episodes of Hero the Japanese Trains, Sodor Stories, I think it was.
Sudri and Blizzard. That's
yes, Sudri and Blizzard. I was invited to work on that because there was a huge blizzard that hit like Matt's state, Roman's state, James's state, but no snow came to me. So I wasn't able to film for it. But I think I did a little bit of a script supervision on it. I didn't do a lot on it.
I know Mike worked on that, and
Mike also worked on it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just kind of looked over the script and said, "Hey, this is fine." I guess I was a producer in that sense because I looked over the script and said, "Here you go. You have a budget of $30. Go to work."
Mm-hmm. And I'm really happy to see Matt is doing really well on community radio. Like, I mean, check out like his view counts like that he gets on Character Gallery. Him and Lemmy just.
Oh yeah, Character Gallery is a great show. It's one of my favorites I listen to on here.
Yeah, they're carrying the channel. It's certainly not me and my stuttering and my messing up because I have personal connections.
We all have our issues, and that's fine. Should just put that on a shirt now. I feel like that's my quote throughout this entire thing. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
I'm gonna make that shirt now. Don't even test me.
Honestly, you should sell that. I mean, let's see which one would sell better. Would it be Lego Lovers "It's Fine" shirt or Eric's was it like the Troublesome Brake Van or the White Face?
Eric's shirts would sell better than that.
well, it depends what you put on it. What if you said if you put you had Eric's shirt, you blatantly ripped it off, but you just put "It's Fine" in all lowercase letters under the bottom, in crayon, not even printed. You just crayoned it in, so it looked like a stain.
Oh man. Yeah, returning to the original topic. I think the Toad Stands By one was one of my favorites to work on. I just love that Oliver trilogy and just how good it comes together with that last episode. And
oh yeah,
that was before I did eye movements, I think, and that one I think could be improved with eye movements. But other than that, it's the most nostalgic for me. My newest favorite remake, I think, is Oliver Owns Up. I think I did a really good job with that episode. And just how I just constantly want to improve, whether it be with my shots or with my facial animations or expressions or stuff like that. And even James and the Coaches, or James Learns a Lesson in the US dub, that one I did for the early years collab. That one I really enjoyed doing as well. And, I just think that with each new remake I do, I think it just becomes my favorite because they all just get not to pat myself on the back too much, but they all just get consistently better with each new remake.
I'd agree, honestly, because the eye movements in particular, the lighting that you have for your videos now compared to when I first met you, it's just everything just looks so much like more inviting now. And the eye movements, I must say, they add so much. They add so much to your remakes, and people should check them out because you just have such a unique, cozy style, really. And just even like the way that you push trains. I know it's funny, but like you push it with like one finger, while, which actually kind of keeps it like going more steady than other techniques I've seen. So honestly, I really love your stuff. And I know I haven't said that to you in person in a while because we haven't spoke like this in a while, but I really just wanted to say that because all your content's really good.
Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I try to keep most of my hand out of the shot as much as possible, but it's obvious I'm just on my bedroom floor. But
yeah, but that reminds me
that's just always been my style. I've never been one to be like, oh, I need to invest in a fancy set table because one, where am I going to put it? I shoot all my videos in my room. My room is basically my office, my school setup right now, and my bedroom. I mean, my room serves about 50 different functions. So where am I going to put a set table in here?
Yeah.
And two, that lighting you speak of, that's all natural lighting. That just all comes from my window.
Yeah. But like I noticed, like, for example, like maybe like in some of your maybe just the camera that you're using, even I don't know. It just has like something's changed. And maybe it might even just be like a post-production kind of thing, but I just really I enjoy it. I really do. And the shade of your carpet, even it's perfect for Thomas videos because it's like the exact same carpet that like is like in Chase's bedroom. It's like the exact same shade, so it brings back those feelings, which is always a good thing. It's a good thing for me. I don't know, maybe for other people.
It blends in pretty well with the track. It's not exactly the same color, but it's close. Like you can tell where the track is, but it's also not like, it just looks like the engines are on carpet.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I just love it. I keep on saying that, but I really, this is what I mean when I say I'm not articulate, because I just end up praising like everyone's videos. I always am like, you're great and you're great and you're great. It's like Paul McCartney after, well, Hey Jude. But
you get a car. You get a car.
It's like Oprah. Yeah.
Everybody gets a car. It's getting increasingly more difficult to film on the floor, though. I have to keep getting up and down and up and down.
Oh yeah, it'd be nice.
Once again, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Those eye movements, though, dude, I love them and I hate them at the same time because they're such a pain in the butt to actually animate. Because I still use Camtasia Studio 8. I've not upgraded, and it's about 4 years past its prime, and I really need to upgrade next year. I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and get a new version of Camtasia because that software I know how to use. But it's just, it works. When it works, it's good, but when it doesn't work, it pisses me off to no extent. But the final product is worth it in the end. So I hate myself for making me do eye movements, but I also love myself. It's a weird kind of it's a weird dichotomy that I've created inside of me.
But it works out in the end because
the
results are very good.
I think the product is 100% more vastly improved because of the eye movements.
Yeah, like more polished. It has that feel.
But at the same time, whenever I go back and watch my remakes, I always think, oh, Camtasia crashed there. It crashed there. It crashed there.
So those are going to be our 2 drives for tonight. We're going to get Epic Entertainment Films to 400 subscribers, and we're going to force Garrett to update his Camtasia. So those are going to be the 2 drives that we're doing right now. But anyway, I guess we should probably get back to home media review.
You know what, man? Super chats are open on my live streams, but nobody donates. It makes me sad.
Honestly, I will one of these times, because I don't know about you, but like, I'm in college, so I mean, you're in a similar boat, of course.
Me too.
But that means that a lot of the time, I don't know about you, but I'm not that great at being organized. So that means that most of my money I like to keep like in dollar form. I just like stuff it in like an area, which I'm not going to tell you where it is, because I don't want anybody to steal it, even though nobody knows where I live.
It's in his mattress.
Man, it's in the amplifier.
That's where everybody keeps their money, under the mattress. That's where the Krabby Patty secret formula is too.
But I carry lots of physical money on me, so that's where I'm at. But I'm gonna try to one of these times, because I really like your live streams. They're really fun. Guess now to go on to what you're doing right now. It's lots of home media reviews. You just uploaded a Thomas home media review about 4 days ago, and as mentioned before, you're now really starting to dive into more theatrical run films. Like I know you just saw like did one for Logan and Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, for example. So like, have you noticed like some people coming to your channel, watching those videos with absolutely no knowledge that you're a Thomas user?
If they didn't have any knowledge, they haven't told me. I have noticed a few new people in the comments, though, from my regular home media reviews. But as I said, if they didn't know I did Thomas content, none of them have said, "Oh, I found you through HMR, and I didn't know you were a Thomas YouTuber." So that's that would surprise me, though, if somebody did say, "Oh, I found you through your regular HMRs and didn't know you did Thomas content. Great work, dude." That would be that would be cool.
Yeah, because I think anything like that, where it's like we can make being a Thomas fan normal, that's a big win. That's a big win.
And that was kind of my goal with making my channel more geared toward just a regular variety channel, because I didn't want it to be all Thomas. I wanted it to be videos that Thomas fans could enjoy, but then also have some stuff that normal people, well, that's wrong term of phrase, like regular viewers would also enjoy, like the vlogs and such. The vlogs don't have Thomas content in them at all. Like, I can guarantee you that.
Except for maybe like some of the really older ones, where you like walked into Walmart and you were like, "Okay, I'm here to pick up a Thomas DVD," when they were still making those, of course.
They don't do that anymore.
And then you're just walking.
All they give us now are crappy repacks.
You got that right.
Spoiler alert for the next regular episode of HMR: the 10 movie birthday collection is not good.
Ooh, everybody tune in for that. But like, you'd walk through like the hallways of like the aisles of Walmart.
Hallways, yes.
Walmart's just one big hallway, really. But it's just a building with posts in the middle. You just go through the aisles, and then you'd be like, "Oh, I'm getting this Thomas DVD," and then you'd walk by like a 50 Shades of Grey combo pack, and you'd like hide all the copies behind like a better movie. Like, I remember that.
I still do that to this very day. I just don't vlog it.
Yeah, honestly, we should just make a series called like improving the marketplace or something like that. Like something really dry and clinical. And it's just you going around to a bunch of different stores and fixing their video sections.
Yeah,
fixing the videos.
The problem is the video sections nowadays are so small.
Yeah, and even then, a lot of the movies that they sell there are really marketed towards like certain demographics. So you have lots of cheap, like 10 movie horror combo packs, like where like you buy 10, like for $10 you can buy 10 movies, and like one of them's good, and the other 9 of
The
them
other
like
9 are crap, and they're all on DVD.
yeah, and sometimes the crappy ones are more fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie, because they can make you laugh.
That's very true.
But
Friend Isaac had me over a few months ago to watch this terrible movie he found on Amazon called The Velocipaster.
I think
Awful. One of the
I can
worst
tell.
movies I've ever seen in my life. But it was a fun experience watching that with all my friends.
Yep. I take back my comment about doing the Thomas and the Magic Railroad parody at a drive-in with the double feature being Up in Smoke. I take it back. The double feature would be Thomas and the Magic Railroad parody and this obscure 80s, like straight to VHS film called Ganjasaurus Rex. It's like Godzilla. It's like a big dinosaur, but pretty much they're burning a bunch of like illegal marijuana, and this dinosaur gets like high and like starts like terrorizing like the city. It's really weird and out there as evidence, but it's really funny. Like not like the moments that they're trying to be funny, but it's just like just the dumbest idea. I think
yeah, that's it's always the moments where they try to be serious where it's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it appears that we've come to our time to invite Will back onto our live stream to start our roundtable discussion. So, anyway, hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Bonjour. Au revoir.
Yeah.
Woo,
Buongiorno.
roundtable discussion.
Hello, Lego lover. Very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you as well, Will.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, since our last episode, lots of stuff has happened. As mentioned, we didn't have an episode in August. So, during this segment, we typically go over some general news items and especially Thomas and community-oriented news items. So, I'm going to go way back into the archive to about the end of July. So, that's going to be fun.
Dude, I don't even remember what happened last week, let alone in July.
Well, this thing I think you're going to be a little bit hard pressed to remember. We really should be like a weekly show in theory. We should have like
We should.
Yeah. Oh, hi Annie. I see Annie in the chat.
But
Annie,
you actually came.
Yeah.
All right.
But I it's so old. This is such old news, but I feel like we need to bring it up on at least one episode, and this is the first one where I can. What the heck is with that Thomas birthday video where he turns into an elephant? Okay.
You'll have to explain that to me because I have not seen that.
How? Literally everybody like posted photos of that for like a month straight.
Dude, ever since I stopped doing Thomas content regularly, I don't watch the show regularly anymore. It's just kind of just drifted out of my life, and I don't know any of the current stuff that's going on right now with the marketing.
Oh Lord. So basically in full detail, Thomas has magical birthday wishes. Because it's 75 years of Thomas. Right. So Emily is pulling a train to the zoo with an elephant, but the baby elephant has gotten loose. So Thomas uses his magical birthday wish to turn into an elephant and like find it.
Okay, Lego lover, Garrett, I think I'm going to talk you down from this one, okay? Because I heard a loud sigh. I heard a loud sigh, and I want to say that there are still good things in the world. Just give me a second.
Like Christopher.
Logan, there we go. Logan,
I know
Logan's
that there are
good.
good things in the world. I just saw Bill and Ted 3 the last week.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm probably seeing Tenet tomorrow, so you know what? Maybe there is a reason to still live.
Yeah, I've heard both really good things and really bad things about Tenet, so I'm really intrigued.
I'm so excited for Tenet. I've not read one review. I haven't watched any reviews because I want to go in completely blind.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. And thanks for your explanation, Will, because I don't know if I could have stated that eloquently.
Yes, thank you.
It did seem like something out of Shed 17. I'm not going to lie, which is why I made a parody online, which was
Baby
about the baby elephant being in Shed 17. Man. Oh, Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man 3. Yeah. Spider-Man 3 is a fun movie. I don't know if it's a technically good movie, but it's really fun. It's really fun.
I think she was talking about the new Spider-Man 3.
Oh.
I literally nearly died while I watched that. Like Tom. No, he even uses gold dust. You can see gold dust. He's like sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Let's go, Coco.
On a big world, and I'm not gonna sing the rest of that because I want to have fun tonight. And I want you to have fun tonight. And nobody's gonna have fun if you hear my squeaky little singing voice. But yeah, I remember when Spider-Man 3 was not going to happen. The Tom Holland one, of course, because Sony was being Sony. But it seems like they got that figured out. But since we're on this topic, I was going to bring this up later, but obviously there's some very sad news coming from the MCU as of late. Of course, Chadwick Boseman, who played Black Panther,
Yes.
very tragically passed away just earlier this week, or about a week, this past week, of cancer that he didn't make public.
Yep.
So
I think it was colon cancer.
Yeah, colon cancer.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed by him. I like, it's so sad what happened, but just like to think that he did all of that, all of the charitable work, all of like the Make-A-Wish Foundation like work that he did, all the inspiration that he gave to so many people. And it's just so sad that his career, he was one of the most impactful actors of our generation.
100%.
Yeah. And it's so sad to see a person like that, who is so inspirational and so important, just suddenly no longer exist.
And so young too. I mean,
yeah.
When you put things into perspective, 43 is too young to die at.
Yeah.
That wasn't even half of his life.
No, and it just like I could have seen him being like one of those inspirational, figures, like to be like just in existing and making it known that, all these opportunities are available to everyone, and making it explicitly clear. He could have been the next Sidney Poitier. I have no doubt in my mind. He could have had that posture.
Yeah.
Had he lived, and perhaps even greater if he did overcome this. And he was like, I did all this great work while I was going through this. It's really inspirational that he when he was doing like Civil War, I think he was diagnosed like when he was in Civil War, or at least around
said
that
it was
time.
diagnosed in 2016.
Yeah. So think about that. That's incredible, because he has been possibly the, outside of maybe like The Rock, probably the most iconic action star of the past 5 years.
I agree with that. Or at least one of the most famous film stars,
Yeah. And that action is not an easy genre to be a star in. of course. It's very physically demanding. So just I'm honestly starstruck, you know.
Unless
and-
you're Bruce Willis and you can just scour through an entire performance and not do anything.
Well, there's that too, but I would argue that those aren't really like the examples of that aren't really action films. now Die Hard, you know, at the beginning of the franchise when he was walking over glass, now that's action.
It
you know?
was action, but when you get to the Death Wish remake and he's just walking around pointing a finger gun at people, because that's the only thing I remember from the trailer for that film. When he had hair, he knew how to act.
he could sing too.
He was a Broadway star. I forgot about that.
So, respect yourself.
Fun
yeah.
fact. I have been in over 13 musicals.
Really?
That's really
Yes.
cool, man.
I am a theater kid, 100%.
Like, out of all the productions you've been in, you know, which one was the most fun for you? Like, you got to be like, I'm gonna really dive into this performance, you know, or just you really enjoyed the experience.
I think my favorite experience was either Oliver the Musical
Oh yeah,
or that. This is hard. That or I'm between Aladdin and Lion King.
man. I always have
Aladdin.
Aladdin. Yeah, I've always really wanted to do like theater. You know,
It's so much fun.
yeah, but it's really consuming too, because I've had friends that like do like the school theatrical productions,
Yeah.
and it's like a whole nother curriculum, you know, on top of that. So it's kind of needing to choose. But man, like, and I'm a music kid, so that's fun. That means that you need to show up for all the pep bands, you need to show up for the jazz fests, and so on and so forth. But yeah. And I actually have seen Aladdin performed on Broadway. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
I saw it 2 times because it was so good.
Yeah. I live in Minnesota though, so there's not a lot of theater that comes our way. Like the Guthrie has some, I guess, but
There
like,
isn't a lot of theater that comes to Kentucky either, at least not that I know about.
have you ever been like in any like theatrical productions or even just acting things? I don't know if you would, but you might have.
I've never done like a full on play. I have been, me and my friends over on a collab channel we started a while ago called Automated Nerds Productions. We did a short film a couple of like years ago, and I'm in it for a little while. We don't really post anything on that channel anymore. We're all too busy for that. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really done a lot outside of my own work here on my YouTube channel. But it's never really interested me to go on like stage and perform and sing and all that. Just not really my thing.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if it's my thing, but I know that I like to act despite me not doing it too much on my channel. If you need any voice actors, I'd be very willing, you know, to volunteer for that.
Oh yeah, same here. I'm not a good like performance physical actor, but a voice acting role I can pretty much adapt to.
Yep. And I make fun of myself singing, but I do actually sing like in public. So, and I don't expose that because maybe people might recognize me. I don't know. I'm really paranoid that way. I'll probably reveal my face in November and then it'll be all over. But you know, that's fine.
Did you do a AM crossover with Oliver Duck?
Oh, are you talking to me or?
Yeah.
Okay. I've done some stuff with Ted. You know, I've been on live streams, and I actually wrote a pretty darn good Tidmouth script for his for his contest that I'm not sure is happening because he's revamping his series. But I might do something with that. But I've known Ted. We've known Ted for a long while, and he's a really good guy and really talented too. Very musical as well.
Oh, more musical! Yay!
Yeah. Like, am I correct? I believe he wrote at least I think he wrote all, if not most, if not all, of the music from JBS How It Should Be.
Ted composed everything for that.
Mm-hmm.
From my knowledge, he composed it all.
For the longest time, this is what I thought the lyrics were. Journey beyond Sodor, come along and see. There's Vikings and deaths and other stuff. I literally thought that was part of the song, and I just resent myself now for that.
Don't resent yourself for getting lyrics wrong. I've had when I was a kid, I thought that Steve Miller in the song "The Joker." Are you familiar with that song? It's like some people call me the space cowboy. That one. Like,
you actually have a really good singing voice. Nice shot.
But thank you. But like there's that line where he's like, some people call me Maurice, and then this is the line I messed up. And I honestly heard, because I am the hippopotamus of love. That's what I heard for the longest time.
I am the hippopotamus of love.
I like them big. I like them chunky. Steve Miller is Moto. Honestly, the Black Eyed Peas would be better if Steve Miller joined. But then again, they wouldn't. Most people joined.
So I guess messing up lyrics is its own segment now. So this is why I'm just gonna say one more now. Fun. So of course Diesel10 says puffball, teapot, tin kettle, but when I was little, this is what I said: puffball, teapot, drip Kevin's.
What? What? What does that even mean?
Drip Kevin's. Not even like good heavens. Drip Kevin's.
That sounds like something that like the True Slide would come up with. Hop, 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 skip, 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 tickle. Yeah.
So I would just be sitting there with on my massive table with those like risers holding Diesel10 like puffball, teapot, drip Kevin's. And that is pretty much no. That is my earliest memory of Thomas right there. Some drip Kevin's in the house. That. There we go.
Drip Kevin by Playboy Cardi. That's it sounds like one of his songs.
Please, somebody make a meme of that puffball teapot drip Kevin's right now.
Oh man.
That's
but yeah,
quality content right there.
Should we dive back into Thomas and the Magic Railroad? It seems like that's the theme of this episode, because I don't know if both of you have seen Nikki's or Mr. Conductor Fan 1406 and Company's Thomas and the Magic Railroad parody, but have you seen Nikki's Thomas and the Magic Railroad parody
of flippin' course? So I'm just gonna set the record straight. I have seen it so many times that I know the lyrics to One Puff More. Okay. Mm-hmm. Or a One Last Puff, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it with my grandparents tomorrow.
Ooh, that's great, honestly. because I know like my parents are pretty supportive of like my Thomas passion, but I think if I forced them to watch a 3 hour long movie, no matter how good it was, they'd be like, yeah, but why can't we watch like I don't know, like on
Let's
the
watch Lawrence
waterfront
of Arabia instead.
or
Yeah.
Ben-Hur or something like that.
Yeah,
You know?
it's been her.
Can we watch Godfather Part 2, anyone?
Oh, Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Now.
Yeah, and you know they'd probably be right, you know, because I mean Godfather Part 2 is a really good film.
And Back to the Future 3.
Yeah.
The Westerns make headlines once more.
Westerns make headlines once more. Or I could go with any of the Sergio Leone, like spaghetti westerns too. But still, it took me a while to watch all of it, but man, was that impressive. I really was impressed by how it went. Like,
Now, oh, sorry. One movie that was released not too long ago that I think is going to go down as a classic, which features the return of Shia LaBeouf. Peanut Butter Falcon.
I have not seen that one.
It is exceptional.
I've heard it's good.
Yeah. I've heard of it too. I have not seen it.
Children, go watch Peanut Butter Falcon.
I have seen Honey Boy, and I enjoyed that.
I haven't seen that either. I'm not a huge Shia LaBeouf fan.
Yeah. It took me a while to get over him. I'll admit that, because he was the Transformers guy for the longest time.
He still kind of is the Transformers guy.
Yeah. But
honestly,
but he can do a good performance every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's capable of a good performance except for Sofia Coppola. But other than that,
she's a good director, though. So except for it,
she's perfect. She's perfect behind the camera.
Taj, please check Discord, baby, because I have officially created the puffball teapot drip Kevin's meme.
All right. I like that. I'm gonna post that on Twitter. I'm gonna post that right on Twitter.
To answer your previous question from earlier, Taj, y'all are not going to be happy when I say this. I have not seen the Magic Railroad parody yet.
Okay. This live stream's ending. We're now going to be hosting a 3-hour watch session.
I just haven't had the time to sit down and watch a 3-hour long parody. How is that movie 3 hours? That's my...
It's 2 hours. It's a psychology. It's just under 2 hours, but 3 hours, you know.
You know, if you turn 3 sideways, it turns into a W. And then if you split a W in half, it turns into 2 V's. And if you turn the V's like sideways and put them together, it forms, like, if you put a position, it forms a triangle. And then if you split a triangle in half, it turns into another triangle. And then if you go into the middle of the triangle, this joke's convoluted. You should watch Thomas and the Magic Railroad parody.
I will get to it. I swear to you. I want to see it. I really do. It's just hard to find 3 hours to sit down and watch that.
I'm sorry, I had no idea where that joke was going. I was going somewhere and I lost it, so I just decided to go with it.
It's just hard to wrap my head around. How the hell is that movie 2 hours and like 50 minutes long?
Because, well, originally it was 4 hours.
I know. I saw the update, and that was also like astounding. Like, how?
You know, we can make like an edit where it is like a film like 2001, where it has like an intermission in the middle or something like that.
We make it the Hateful Eight.
Oh yeah, or like the Hateful Eight got turned into like a mini series, I believe too. Like
Netflix.
Like
split it up into 4 episodes. It's actually really good.
Yeah, because Quentin Tarantino like supervised it.
Quentin Tarantino.
But yeah, I would recommend
topic number 2. Okay, so I remember from one live stream, somebody said Quentin Tarantino should direct Thomas and Friends, and that really hit home.
Maybe season 5.
That would probably that would probably be the weirdest thing ever.
You know, I was about to say that, except for like the gnomes, like in Percy and the Haunted Mine. That I think there's no topping that. I'm sorry, Quentin. You can try, but gnomes.
You can try. You can make the engine say the N-word all day, but you'll never top the gnomes.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Quentin does do that. Oh.
He does that a lot.
Yeah. But I seriously like would recommend you check it out because it's really darn good. And I'm going to probably incorporate elements of it into my review of Thomas and the Magic Railroad because once again, as I said, the biggest flaw that the parody has is that it's almost too good to be a parody. Is that there's parts where they improve the story and it just is better than the original. Like concretely, like not even like in a funny way. It's just like, wow, that's just better.
It doesn't take much to be better than the original source material.
Yeah, I guess so.
At least in my opinion. I know there's a lot of people out there that love Magic Railroad. I am not one of those people.
What's your opinion on Magic Railroad?
It's a mess.
Spoiler.
I was talking to Will, but I know.
So my opinion on Magic Railroad is that it's why does it get so much? I it is genuinely a good film. Splatter and Dodge, Diesel 10, and Junior completely saved the film.
Okay, let's have a little debate here.
Okay.
I wish is James watching? Because else I'd invite him in because we're gonna have a Thomas battle. You better MPS too. If MPS is in the chat, I can message James and see if we can make him the temporary fill
right here right now.
Okay. So this is my personal opinion right here, is that Thomas and the Magic Railroad has charm. It's a charming film, but
it's charming.
Yeah, but I will say this is that when you think about like what is Diesel 10's motivation? Like, I mean, what was Diesel 10's motivation to destroy Lady really in the first place?
To feed Pinchy. Pinchy hasn't had a good meal in over a week, and there isn't much money left in the bank account, so he
and that comes from the comic prequel storyline that you read, right?
Yes.
Because everything has a comic prelude nowadays, even if they stink.
No, you're getting it wrong. That scene was included in the Snyder Cut. I mean, come on.
Well, the Snyder Cut's not out yet. I have to get HBO Max to watch the Snyder Cut of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, Taj.
Oh, I can't wait until they release the Whedon Cut after the Snyder Cut. I really hope the Snyder Cut actually is good, though, because I hope that...
I want it to be good so bad. I'm skeptical because I haven't liked anything Zack Snyder has made since, like, I don't know, maybe Watchmen. I don't even like Watchmen that much.
Yeah, I like he's a difficult director to pin down because he always picks really difficult projects. I feel like if he just like he's like the modern day Joel Schumacher because he has good films in him, like Falling Down, like that's a really good film by Joel Schumacher. But I think that his folly came with picking lots of difficult films. And Zack Snyder is kind of falling into that same camp, in my opinion.
I think Snyder's problem is just he's style over substance. You know, his filming style is so distinct. You can tell when you're watching a Zack Snyder film by the way it looks. But then when you look at the story, there's just not that much there.
Mm-hmm. I get that. I get that.
Or in the case of Batman v Superman, it's overbloated.
I have a question for everyone.
What is your question?
All right, so I think we should go back to suggestion. I think we should go back to funny stories and our mispronouncing lyrics session.
Like, I guess we can. I think that'd be fun. Lego Lover, do you have any stories about you like messing up lyrics or singing with the song, or maybe you might not even know?
I don't know, man. Throughout pretty much my entire life, I've been able to quote a vast majority of things very, like, on the nose. So I can't really think of any time I've ever screwed something up that bad, but I'm sure there have been times. I just can't recall off the top of my head.
I'm trying to think.
I think that when I was a kid, what kind of beginning is that? When I was in middle school, we had this thing called a walkathon. I don't know. It seems like lots of schools have them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had that, yeah.
Yeah, where pretty much
My
it's like
legs were dead.
people raise money for like a certain drive, a certain charitable cause, and in order to pledge that, then you need to walk around, outside for a certain amount of time, given how much people paid for it. Now, this was during the summer of 2000. No, the late summer of 2013. It was still September. And they were playing all the big songs from that summer because they had a truck come over with a speaker system that was playing all the pop hits. It was like the radio station put out a cart there. So that meant that you heard lots of Macklemore, you heard lots of Blurred Lines, but you also heard a song that I legitimately really like, which is Get Lucky by Daft Punk. But this was the first time I heard it. And I swear, I have no idea where I got this, but I just heard it very faintly in the background. I thought that like the beats, like 2 and 4 are the beats in that song. I thought the beats were like 1 and 3, like so that shows how poorly I was hearing it. And I thought that Pharrell Williams was singing about a Mexican monkey. I don't even know what a Mexican monky is. I legitimately don't. I just
obviously it's a monkey from Mexico.
Yeah, but I don't even know like what's like species, or I'm not an animal guy. The most I know about it, I don't know. It just legitimately sounded like Pharrell Williams was singing Mexican monkey, but it turned out to was Night to Get Lucky. So I guess you can kind of hear how it's similar.
Now you got me thinking about like what monkeys exist in Mexico.
Exactly. I don't know.
Now I'm thinking like, because okay, this requires some context. My girlfriend and I like watching the reality show Naked and Afraid through Hulu because we like making fun of the people that are on it that are stupid and don't know what they're doing.
It's really stupid because literally, if you just need any help, you just ask the cameraman in front of
Exactly.
you. I mean, imagine how bad you must feel to be on Naked and Afraid, and you just have a bunch of people like with expensive camera equipment following you around in the shrubbery.
And,
just weird.
And you're not allowed to talk to them. But yeah, so like there were a few episodes I think we watched that like took place in like a Mexican jungle or something, or at least near Mexico,
like
an island off the coast or something. And I'm trying to remember if there were any monkeys in that episode.
Spider monkeys. That's what Percy the Small Engine 65 says.
They could have been spider monkeys for all I know. They could have been like howler monkeys or something.
Yeah, they could.
There are a lot of howler monkeys in that show apparently, and they're out. And the show always likes to think like, oh, the howler monkeys are going to rip their faces off, but then it never happens.
Man.
So one valid point I think we should all bring up is how good the classic Simpsons episodes were.
Oh yeah.
I've been binging them like Disney Plus has saved my sanity during.
Oh yeah, old Simpsons stuff is so great. And I have actually I have Lego Lover to thank for introducing me to another show from that era. I always heard about Seinfeld, but my dad, for some reason, he just hates it. I don't even think he's ever watched it. He just just hates the name Seinfeld. I have no idea. But I was like, so I never was exposed to it as a kid until I went to one of your, one of the live calls, and you were watching it over Skype, and I was like, this is really great. And since then, I've really loved Seinfeld.
Dude, I've always loved Seinfeld. I remember I first discovered that show when my parents were gone for the day. I was home alone. It was like a Saturday or something. My brother was gone too. I was just rooting through our basement, just looking for something to watch because I was extremely bored. I was rooting through our basement. I find this box. I find Seinfeld seasons 1, 2, and 3 on DVD. And I'm like, oh, this looks kind of good. I guess I'll give this a watch. And I was way too young to be watching Seinfeld. I think I was maybe 12 when I first discovered the show, which, if you know anything about Seinfeld, it's not exactly PG.
It's not exactly Caillou.
No, in some of the in some of the aspects. So some of it I didn't fully understand, but I just loved how the characters interacted with each other. And needless to say, as I got older, I realized that some of the things they were saying weren't exactly what they were meaning.
They need to get around this censors. But yeah, I really love The Simpsons too.
So now, after talking about Simpsons and Caillou, I have two very very valid things to I bring up. First, my favorite Simpsons quote is from Homer, and it is beer, the solution and cause to all of life's problems. And then the second thing, I have some real beef with Caillou. Okay, don't even get me started. I'm just a kid who's 4. Each day I grow some more. I'm just exploring. I'm Caillou. Okay. Now I just need to have my own show on community radio ranting about the show. Okay.
Oh, so Caillou, the Caillou community radio.
Yes. Okay. Somebody make that a thing right now.
I'm gonna do it.
So Caillou. Okay. A kid. So I'm just a kid who's 4. He's completely bald. Okay. A kid who's 4 has the Okay, so Caillou has male pattern baldness at 4 years old. Okay, I do not understand who created the character design for this, but I can just assure you that they were on some serious gold dust. Right?
Yeah, it would have been such a nice, there could have been potential to like tell a nice story about like a kid who's going, and dealing with like a cancer or something like that. That could have been really helpful to lots of people. Yeah, but instead, no, they didn't try with anything. I bet they were just too lazy to draw the hair, because they were too lazy to draw most of the shots. Like there was like a little bit of like the image that was just like defined in the middle of like every animated cell, and then at the end it just kind of seemed to like fade out. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh, now. Okay, so one big thing that always hit me that I just hate about Caillou is he is the whiniest little brat to ever exist. Okay.
Now that's true.
He's like influencing kids to like steal cars. Okay. So each episode follows this storyline. Caillou's at daycare. Caillou doesn't get to be the son in the 5-second play. So he picks up his teacher, throws her out the window, and needless to say, cops get very involved. Like I distinctly remember one episode, so Caillou is like mad at his dad for so he was supposed to be having mommy and me time when making pizzas or something. Then he has to put mushrooms on his pizza.
Which explains a lot.
Then he throws the biggest tantrum ever recorded, and I'm just baffled. You cause World War III over a few mushrooms on your slice of pizza, and millions of kids are watching us being influenced by that. That I have real problems with.
Yeah, Caillou was such a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, where's the
with
Caillou fandom? The Caillou community. Okay, you know
it's
what?
out there. It's out there.
It's probably out there somewhere.
Yeah, there's fans for literally everything. Maybe not Ganjasaurus Rex,
Okay.
but everything else.
Or the Velocipaster. But
Okay. So when I search up Caillou, the first result I get is Caillou a boy or a girl?
Well,
All right. The show has definitely taken a turn
he can be whatever he wants to be in today's society.
because he's just a kid who's 4. I like exploring. I'm Caillou. So
no
many
comment. No comment.
Each day is something new. I like exploring. I'm Caillou.
But
Dude, I
anyway,
never watched Caillou as a kid. I
Yeah.
always watched. My main 3 were Thomas, Bob the Builder, and Kipper the dog.
yeah, I watched.
Oh my god! Thank you for remembering that.
I watched Pingu.
Dude, I've been collecting the old
Nice.
Kipper DVDs over the past month or so because I've been so just wanting to watch that show again.
Okay, so my 3 favorite childhood things were Thomas. This thing called Handy Manny.
I remember that.
So
I remember Handy Manny.
So-
He was like Mexican Bob the Builder, right?
I'm
and,
not sure.
and the main thing I remember from Handy Manny was there was here Handy Manny.
Zaboomafoo.
Candy shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Lopart, or Mr. Lopart, the candy shop owner. This dude looks just so come into my car, little child. And the animation looks like something out of a potato. Like mashed potatoes gone wrong with on Gordon Ramsay's like 24 hours held back, honestly. So yeah, I just have real problems with most kids back in the day I remember this bald 4-year-old and Mr. Lopart wanting unsuspecting children in his candy shop. I just have real problems with so many things.
Whatever,
it's a
kids.
bit
Back in my day, we watched the little beagle walk around with his British friends. One of them was a pig.
But anyway, I guess I'll. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Would you like a tasting? Best quote ever.
I'm gonna jump right just wrap up what I'm just gonna say here, because I just have like a few little thoughts before we dive into the final segment of the show. I was really a massive fan as a kid of this program that apparently not lots of people talk about. It was a live action series on Nickelodeon back in the 90s, and I bring it up whenever I can. It's The Adventures of Pete and Pete. It like ran for like 3 seasons on there, and it was like really surrealist entertainment, and it had a really cool like alternative rock soundtrack.
This looks. Oh. Okay.
It's weird and out there, but
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, but it's pretty funny if you give it a chance. It's not for everyone, but it's I like it. And other yep, and
I definitely have heard of that somewhere, but I've never seen it.
Yep. And then all the Hanna-Barbera like old classic shows.
Oh no, never, ever speak of it. But so I am just watching the intro and when it says mom, she's like acting like she's in The Sound of Music.
Oh yeah, that's it makes more sense. I think that's from like the episode where like they go like to the Hoover Dam as a family, like.
This is not family friendly at all.
But it was on Nickelodeon. It was on Nickelodeon.
So I'm currently watching. Oh God, no. Okay. His neighbor is threatening this child with garden supplies, like in his face, like back away from my lawn, youngster. Oh, this is honestly disturbing.
Well, oh, okay. Okay. Once again, not for everyone. I think it's just really surrealist, but that might just be me. Anyway, now we're getting on to the final portion of the program, which is a portion that I've sanded really hard. It's now starting to form. It's coming into its own, and that's of course the Thomas Trivia Competition. In the previous few episodes, we've just done like picked random classic series episodes and listed like gone between different people and listed off what characters they were. But now I'm adding a few more steps. There's going to be a 5 question multiple choice opening section, which will count as, the first 5 points. And then we'll dive into the following, into the final round as well. And if there's a tiebreaker that's necessary, then that will break the tie. So for our first question, I would typically have really good graphics up on the thumbnail, but for some reason, I just didn't have time this week. I'm going to be honest, but I have 5 questions.
I didn't know there'd be a test. I didn't study.
And I'm going to post all the questions and the 4 options in the chat. So all you in the chat can also participate. So for our first question, in the episode, Passengers and Polish, whose body model is used as a stand-in for the refreshment lady? A, Mrs. Kindly, B, Lady Hat, C, Nancy, and D, Alicia Body. Now, for our 2 main contestants, wait for about 10 seconds, formulate your choice, and then reveal them to the audience, and we'll see if you got them right.
Oh, I'm screwed. All right.
Once again, this is multiple choice, so if you don't know, you can just pick a random one.
I guarantee you I'm getting this wrong. And if I don't, that'd be cool. I probably will.
You're going to do better than James Trains and Tugs last episode, where he messed up on the first character of his episode. Okay. So, since you are our second guest, I'm going to reverse it. Garrett, what's your choice?
My gut is telling me A, so I'm going to say A on this one.
Okay, Lego Lover is going with A. Now, Will, what are you going with?
Okay. I'm gonna go with B, Lady Hat.
Okay.
I know I got this wrong, but at least I heard.
Well, let's see what the answer is. Once again, the options are Mrs. Kindly, Lady Hat, Nancy, and Alicia Body. Currently in the chat, I'm seeing 2 A's, 1 B, and 1 D. So nobody's going with Nancy. So I guess we're forgetting her. It is not Alicia Body because she did not appear until I believe the 6th season, even in poster form.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew
And-
that one.
Yep. It's not Lady Hat because of just her model maybe being too recognizable. It is actually A, Mrs. Kindly. So
Yes!
Lego Lover, you have 1 point.
Sweet.
Actually, all these
I'm
early
screwed.
points count as 2. So
Wait, what? Okay,
Yeah,
this is rigged.
yeah, and then when we get to the episode, all of those individual points count as 1. So there we go.
Okay, that's. Okay.
So now, number 2. Magazine story, Lorry Trouble, does not feature which of the following characters? It's an obscure story, once again.
I've never even read the
Yeah,
magazine.
obscure, all
I'm
right. I've
screwed.
never read any of the magazine stuff.
Oh,
Well, that's kind of what this quiz is designed for. It's based on like
Mm.
not there. There's no way that everyone's going to know everything. It's just based on who knows what. Some of these you're going to know, some of these you're not. So
Why couldn't you have asked me questions about Hannibal, Taj? I've been watching that show recently. It's really good. Ask me questions about Hannibal.
because it's not the Hannibal trivia competition.
Well, it should be.
Okay. Anyway,
Ask me why Mads Mikkelsen is so good in that role.
no, I'm going to ask you this
Wait.
question.
what's
Okay.
it called?
The magazine, don't look it up. But the magazine story, Lorry Trouble, does not feature which of the following characters? A, Lorry 3, B, Caroline, C, Lorry 2, or D, Thomas?
Let's see.
And your 10 seconds are up.
Wait, what? Okay.
Sorry. I might give you maybe a few more.
All right, that's fine.
I'll wait until we have some responses in the chat. We have 1 C, 1 D. So one person guessing for Lorry 2, another one for Thomas. We have 2 Lorry 2s, actually. And now I guess we can put a stopper on this. So, Lego Lover, what you going with?
Let me think. I'm not gonna say Thomas because he appears in like everything. So that one's kind of a shoo-in. Can I have to say C? Just because I had to pick between one of the Lorries because I feel like this is a trick question, so I'm gonna go with C on this one.
Will?
Can I choose 2 answers? Or that's probably against the rules.
There's no 2 answers.
I am also you know what? I am gonna be rebellious and go with B, Caroline.
Okay. Now I'm looking at the chat. We have 4 C's and 2 D's. So we're now going to narrow down our options. So D, Thomas does appear in Lorry Trouble because it seems in every magazine story Thomas does appear. Even more so.
I was right.
Yeah.
He appears in literally everything.
Yeah. B, Caroline also appears.
Crap.
C,
I suck at this.
Lorry 2 and Lorry 1 both appear in the story, which leaves Lorry 3 being the correct answer.
So no one got that,
So
right?
no one got that. Not even people in the chat. Nobody
Oh
got that
man,
one.
I knew it had to be one of the Lorries.
Just chose the wrong one.
You just chose the wrong
so
one.
flippin' rebellious that I just no.
Okay, this one, I felt like I needed to include one Thomas and the Magic Railroad question.
Yes.
So this one is a bit obscure, but it is featured in the movie. It's a
Right.
Okay. Flying Scotsman Productions. You just can't retcon getting the right answer. But okay. The song "Some Things Never Leave You," which plays when Burnett Stone is in his house, his abode, from Thomas and the Magic Railroad, features a lyrical reference to what famous singer? And this is actually heard in the film. So is it A, George Jones, B, Billie Holiday, C, Fred Astaire, or D, Ringo Starr? Gonna wait till we start getting responses in chat.
I am never going to get one of these right, I swear.
No, there's 4 options. You can get this. Even just hum the song to yourself if you can remember it. That's one thing I'll say about the parody too, is that the songs are more memorable for the most part. Except for maybe How the Moon Must Feel. Will Thomas 199 guesses A. For some clarification, for those who might not know, George Jones is a country singer. Billie Holiday is a jazz singer. Fred Astaire is a classic pop singer. And D is, well, you know who Ringo is. But yeah, okay. Okay, time's up. So now let's switch things up. And our first, Will, do you want to answer the question first?
I am currently between Fred and Ringo.
Okay, so what you going with?
My gut tells me Fred, but Fred.
Okay, you're going with Fred.
Oh crap! No, it's probably wrong.
Okay. Now, Garrett.
I want to say Ringo because of the whole Thomas connection. But I'm afraid that that's so obvious that it's not going to be correct.
Exactly. I mean, Fred Astaire, he sounds like a jazzy kind of guy, you know?
Sounds like a jazzy.
He sounds like a jazz hands kind of guy.
So I feel like he could sparkle his way into there, you know?
He can sparkle.
He gets sparkle, all right. I bet he does.
But
You know what? My gut's telling me Ringo. I gotta go with D.
Gotta go with D? Okay.
I'm scared.
Down in the chat, we have the Sudrian just spamming A over and over. Outside of that, we have lots of guesses for Ringo. We have one Sudrian said C earlier. But
Thanks for backing me up, everyone who said Ringo.
Thanks for not backing me up, everyone.
Lots of Ringo Starr and George Jones. So I guess I'll start off with B. Billie Holiday was not referenced in this piece, even though she was an incredible jazz singer. I would recommend you check her out. George Jones is not referenced in the song.
I have a chance.
But he is a really good country singer.
I have a chance.
Check him out.
Everything's
coming up, Will. Oh, let's go, people.
It comes down to the final 2. And I'm sorry to say that Ringo Starr, unlike in Tug, is not referenced.
crap.
The
That's right, people. Sudrin, you bail on me, but
I didn't reference.
You're crawling back to me now.
Like I danced like Fred Astaire. Fred Astaire is a famous Hollywood dancer as
That's
well.
right, boys.
You got a point.
Fred.
You said you would.
Fred, that's
So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
2-2. I don't know why I'm even going with twos. I probably should go with fives, so it's like tennis logic.
That's right.
Now we're on to our fourth question. And this ties back into the very first episode that I watched from the TV show on DVD, which is
Oh, boy.
Tommy and the Flood, which is, once again, very important to me. Once again, the answer was C, Fred Astaire. So number 4, the answer is, no, the question is, it's not Jeopardy. Which river floods in season 5 episode, Toby and the Flood? A, River Tid, B, the Ulfstead River, C, the Farquhar River, or D, the Rolling River?
Oh, God.
I don't know anything about Sodor locations, so
Well, just think about like where Toby works, at least in the classic series.
I'm gonna say E, the Ohio River, because that's the one in downtown by my house.
I'll admit the water kind of look a bit like Lake Erie. I'm not gonna lie. At least Lake Erie.
I'm gonna say Z, Lake Michigan.
Okay, we have 2 E's in the chat, so I guess Will, you want to start?
I guess I'm going with C.
Okay, you're going with C.
Fred, don't let me down, please. Just you are in spirit with all of us right now.
He's on a roll here, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
Big
world adventures, people. Come on.
Let's go. Okay.
Let's go, people. Let's go.
Let's go on a big
world adventure. Let's go to Fort Thomas. Okay, never mind. Let's just.
What's your guess, Garrett?
Oh, a bunch of people saying B here, but going with the majority answer screwed me over last time.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to make the same mistake again? I kind of made that mistake with my last ex, so I think I'm not going to do that.
Oh, get roasted. Sizzled like a sausage.
Oh.
God, this is so much fun. All right.
Yeah. I'm loving this, even though I'm totally stumped. I'm going to piggyback off of Will's answer. I'm going to say C as well.
Come on, okay. Fred.
Okay.
Fred.
Okay, let's eliminate D first. Rolling River Bridge was prominently featured in The Great Discovery.
Yeah, that's...
A, River Tid is also not featured in the television series. It was only on the map in the railway series.
All right. Let's see.
So now we are having a chat that's saying B and 2 people saying C on the Skype call. So who's
Fred.
I'm sorry, it's the chat.
Fred.
You just keep on saying Fred. It's too late. The answer is the Ulfstead River. B.
Fred, you little demon! I'm gonna.
That's what I was gonna say.
Sorry.
Well, I probably should have told you that Fred did blackface before you started saying that.
Oh God!
It was the 30s.
Fred.
We're not that now, but yeah.
Oh yeah, he did too.
So no more Fred.
He did.
Yeah, no more Fred. Okay, that's bad. Don't do that again, Fred.
Fred, no more putting on the Ritz for me.
Okay.
Fred,
now we're
little demon.
Now that we've gone past that, that shocking reveal. I'm acting like
so tie then. So tie.
Yeah, we're still 2-2, 1-1, minute by minute. I don't know, 5-5. We're not love to love, so at least that's good. So now
we
have
hooked on a feeling.
Good song, actually.
That's an old.
Just kidding, Fred. Don't hate you. Don't come haunt me tonight.
So now we're on to our final question of this, question portion of it. Number 5, when Thomas and friends switched over to CGI, Farmer McColl's hat changed to green. What color was it previously?
Oh,
A,
God.
black. B, brown. C, yellow. Or D, gray.
I know this. But do I? No.
That's funny because I don't.
No.
We already have a B in the chat. I'm so happy I actually incorporated the chat. This makes it so much more fun. Honestly. Not that
There's a bunch of B's in here.
Hey, Roman said D. Now we have
I know it.
Okay. Well, since you're so confident that you know it, I'm going to ask Lego Lover to go first.
I heard that was coming. Screw you, Taj.
Oh, gray seems like the most logical option. I'm gonna go with gray.
Same.
Okay.
Gray. D.
Gray and gray. Not 50 Shades of Gray, which you have moved around numerous times in Walmart.
No.
Again, I still do that. It's just most of the time I don't vlog it.
Yeah. Well, you're not doing it right now.
I've been doing that recently with Twilight.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Walmart now has this big shelf with just all Twilight. Really. And I'm like, you're really making this difficult on me, aren't you?
I guess I'm now going to need to start buying movies from Amazon if I don't want to buy Twilight. Oh, dear.
All right.
Okay.
It's not like Walmart has a lot of selection nowadays.
So, yeah, we have B's and D's.
D. It's
So, okay. So, it's not C. It's not yellow because that wouldn't really go with his style. It is not black because it's not. I can't even explain these. It's just not black.
Because he doesn't support blackface.
Fred.
You know, he's
no.
that's okay. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Okay, then there's B, which is brown. It's not that.
C. Yep.
So it leaves
That's right.
gray.
Yeah.
Okay, so you both got it right.
Woo!
Sweet. Thanks, God.
$5 for me. Go in the pocket.
Correct. Now we're moving on to what it seems like is the audience's favorite part of the show, being that it's the only part of the show that most likely they recognize unless they watched our first stream on my channel all the way back in like June.
Back in the olden days.
Hey, let me tell you, with all that's going on, it does seem like the old days. But our featured episode is the latest that we featured. I'm sticking with classic series, but I decided to go with the first episode of season 6, that being Salty's Secret. So during
Never watched it, so I'm screwed.
So during this portion,
Never seen Salty's Secret, really?
Wait. I think I did, but I have very little memory of it.
I grew up with that VHS. That was one of my favorites.
Oh dear, I'm sorry if I've created an unfair advantage, but
Fred,
I grew up with all of
for you.
things. That's why I love it more than 7.
But during this portion of this competition, we alternate between you two contestants, and we see who's the first to slip up. Every round, somebody needs to name a character that appeared in the episode. Then after that character has been named, it's off the board, and it goes to the other contestant. And it switches back and forth until either somebody names a wrong character, a character that didn't appear, or we run out of characters, which given some of the characters that did appear in this episode, I think is highly unlikely because they have very technical names. So since you are the less knowledgeable on the subject, I'm going to start with you, Will.
Salty.
Okay, Salty does appear in Salty's Secret.
See?
Who would have thought? I always thought Cranky was the main character in that episode.
Well, Gary,
Humbug.
have a guess?
Mavis.
Is that correct?
Are you sure you watched it all the time? I'm sorry, that's not correct.
Yeah, it is.
Salty Secret?
Maybe this is Salty Secret.
Here. Salty's.
Maybe I copied it down. Oh, yeah, she is. What am I talking about? Yeah, you're
He
right.
goes to the quarry.
Oh,
What the?
oh, dang it. I listened to okay, you're right. I lose.
Get out of here, Taj.
Okay.
But
But
go join Fred down there.
okay. I am wrong. I'm wrong. What am I doing? I know nothing. But anyway, thanks for convincing me. Now I got all the accurate information up.
I
So
was like, I thought for a second, I thought I got Salty Secret and what's the one where Cranky can't sleep?
No sleep for Cranky.
No Sleep for Cranky. Yeah, I thought I got those mixed up for a second. I was like, maybe this isn't Salty Secret, right?
I'm
Right?
sorry.
Right?
I admit fault. I'm sorry.
I was like
Join
98% sure maybe this wasn't Salty Secret.
Yep, everyone's right. Okay, I'm Taj -1. What happened, Taj? Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
You can expect the Keith Gray Report to come back as a replacement show because I'm losing it. Honestly, I would love the Keith Gray Report to come back. Why am I saying come back? It didn't even air an
It
episode.
never even got an episode.
But I would love it to air an episode.
Just one.
Okay.
He gets
But
one shot at it.
after that blunder, now Will, it's back to you.
Sir Topham Hat.
So Topham Hat does appear in Salty Secrets. And now back to you, Lego Lover.
If I remember correctly, there was a shot of Thomas rushing through Brendam Docks, so I'm going to say Thomas.
What do you think this is, a magazine story?
Yes.
Well, you're right, because Thomas does appear.
What do you think this is? Season 18? Yeah.
All right, now we're back to Will.
All right. Oh, Bill and Ben, right? Bill and Ben.
Okay. Now you just eliminated. Should I count? I'll count them as one. Because I guess you can't separate the two. But you're on shaky ground.
What are you mean I'm on shaky
You're on
ground?
thin ice, son.
I said a character. I said it didn't say the two of the characters. You better believe it, okay?
Well, you're the one who messed up the quiz, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm going soft. I'm ashamed of the story.
I'm ashamed of going soft on you.
Get in the hole, Taj.
Ashamed of the story I told is actually a name of a song off of the Pete and Pete soundtrack. But okay, now we're back to you. Okay, Garrett.
I know there was a shot at the beginning with like 3 different characters. I think one of them was Edward.
Yes.
Aha!
Nice echo, by the way. That was nice. It was like, yes. Kind of sounded like 10cc, you know? But anyway, now we're back to you, Will. It's starting to get a little more tricky.
Troublesome Trucks. Like, gotta be in there.
So you're gonna say Troublesome Truck. You know, I'm gonna include that as a group.
Yeah, see? They're like all over the place. Like
you can't name Troublesome Truck like number 14.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll incorporate that because they're technically characters.
Yeah.
Lego
Lover.
Sorry, you're guessing actual characters, Lego Lover, and then Will over here is like Troublesome Trucks.
He's right, technically.
He is right. It's just
I could have said Troublesome Trucks and
Troublesome Trucks.
Okay, Flying Scotsman Productions is like spamming the chat right now and saying like that Bill and Ben were in Salty Secret. We know, Flying Scotsman. Thanks for letting us know.
Oh my lord. Okay. So,
Bill and Ben were in the check the wiki. Okay. But
were
yeah.
they though?
Yeah, they were. What do you mean? You got the point.
But were they though?
You know what? You're right. You lose, Will. Congratulations, Lego Lover. You're the winner. Okay. Never. What are you going with? What are you going with?
I'm dumber. Yeah.
Because we're starting to run short.
Yeah.
How's that possible?
I don't know, man. It's weird. That shot I mentioned earlier with Thomas, I think Percy was in that shot too. Go with Percy.
Like the green train?
Yeah, the green one.
Not the blue one.
Wait,
No.
wait,
Yep.
isn't that Nia though? Like, right?
Yep, Percy does appear, and if Nia's your guess, you lose. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to
I don't worry.
well, what is your guess now? Because we're down to just a few characters.
I'm just gonna start naming random like Steam team members like
Yeah,
Camp
it
Troy.
is. Okay. Okay, never mind.
Henry.
Okay. Henry does appear.
Let's
I'm not even being suspenseful anymore. I'm just kind of impressed.
show some trucks. Lego lover.
I'm just winded because I messed up the Mavis still. Garrett, do you have any other guesses?
Oh, I'm gonna follow Will's strategy and just name Steam team members. I think James appears.
James
Like,
does appear.
in the opening shot, right?
Yep.
I remember that. It's like burned into my retinas. It's kind of painful, not gonna lie.
Red's a little bit of an uncomfortable color on the eyes if you look at it for too long, kind of, just like
His splendid
bright.
red paint.
It's very bright. Yeah.
Very bright.
Anyway, epic entertainment films.
All right.
That was intense.
Before I answer this question, I would just like to say for everyone watching, I am 3 away from 400 subscribers. So please help me.
Yeah, and if you don't make it tonight, you better believe it. I'm going to share it on Twitter. So
Thank you.
don't you worry about it. We're going to make it there.
Gordon.
Okay, so we are going through the Steam team. Gordon does appear. Okay. Lego Lover.
Oh, I have seen it. Oh my god.
I'm trying to pull from like the deep recesses of my mind right now. Would you count Sir Topham Hatt's like railway workmen that come along with him as characters?
I sure would.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure they appear.
Oh yeah. The official name for the character is Sir Topham Hatt's brown-haired assistant.
Me, teacher.
Brown-haired assistant. Okay.
that's lovely.
That's oddly specific.
I remember the scene. Oh crap. Like the quarry manager, right? Like
Percy the small engine, you'll be the end of me. You'll Okay. We have now named all the characters in Salty Secret. So what would be the better place to go than Harvey to the rescue?
Oh god.
Next episode on the disc.
Oh no.
Only this time, I'm going to make it very difficult. You're going to need to name characters that appeared in Harvey to the Rescue, but also, but didn't appear. Like, you can't include the ones that already appeared in Salty Secret. So I'm going to make it tricky.
Dude, that's like half the character roster.
Yeah, I mean,
Workman number 55, seen in shot 5.
Well, Lego lover, guess it's your turn. This game's gonna go on forever.
I mean, obviously Harvey.
Okay, Harvey.
I will say.
Nope, I'm sorry, but Harvey did not appear in Harvey Did the Rescue.
Isn't Cranky in it?
Cranky isn't it?
That's
I'm
right.
going really
Boo
fast now.
Snubs. Yeah, Boo Snubs.
I'm trying to mess you guys up. Okay, Garrett.
I think Duck makes a cameo in it somewhere.
Duck does make a cameo in it somewhere.
Wait.
Okay, Will.
Aren't Sir Topham Hatt's grandkids in it, like Steven or whatever it's called?
Stephen Hatt is in it. I'm not
Let's go.
not gonna name the other character because okay. Lego lover?
Birdie the Bus, because he does the whole like, you want to have a race, Thomas? Vroom vroom or whatever.
Yes, Will.
And then he gets stuck at the bridge, I think. It's been a while since I've seen this episode.
The railway board people.
Are you sure you're not looking this up on the wiki?
No.
You okay? Let's get in the chat. Okay, hashtag cancel epic. Epic cancellation. There we go.
Hashtag epic cancellation.
Oh God.
Okay, let's make it trend, baby. Let's make it trend, baby.
Our fall 2020 cancel.
But were you actually or not?
I was.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Cancel.
Okay.
Cancel.
Okay.
But for Salty Secret though, I did. All right, Fred. I will be seeing you down there soon.
Okay. Let me dig deep into my Thomas archives then.
Wait. But I genuinely like did. Like the railway board is in that though. Like
yeah, I mean you're
like
not wrong.
every flippin' scene.
Yeah, he's not wrong though. I mean, they're pretty big characters in that episode.
If you got it wrong, I would have known you weren't looking at the wiki. So I owe an apology to Percy the Small Engine 65. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I can explain myself. All right, I know. Okay, so I honestly don't know much like about like Thomas' actual trivia.
Okay, that's fine.
All.
I'll keep that in mind for future episodes. Actually, you know that's honestly really good feedback because that might influence me.
Hey, okay, Thomas VHS. Sorry.
Okay.
People chill out. Just a joke, right?
Man. Okay. Now, here's one. I'm gonna give a translated title to you. I translated it to a different language and I translated it back. This is probably a better tiebreaker anyway, because sometimes these are funny. I translated a title of an episode to Japanese and back.
Oh God!
The episode title is Slipped Gordon. The first person you can tell me what that episode title is, then okay.
Me. Gordon Takes a Tumble.
Okay.
Easy.
Lego Lover wins!
Wait, what?
Just kidding. I get it.
I'm just quietly.
Wait, what?
You win! Wait, what? What'd I do?
This doesn't matter. Okay, but I'll declare you the temporary winner with on probation. There we go.
on probation.
Okay.
On parole.
Will Thomas 199, you win for a second week in a row. Okay, there we go. That's the compromise we all can disagree upon. Okay. So anyway, we've gone on for a bit longer than previously expected.
Well, this was so fun, though.
It was really fun. It was really fun, especially our revelation about Fred Astaire.
And we got someone canceled.
Yeah,
Hurrah!
Twice. I mean, it's
Will got canceled.
It's got
No more forges.
And it wasn't me this time.
It's been a good episode.
I would just like to say earlier on in the stream, I said I was going to make T-shirts out of the "Everything's Fine" quote, and I did.
Oh, you are? Yeah.
They're live on Redbubble right now as we speak.
Oh, you know what to do. Post it in the chat.
I just kind of whipped up. I just kind of whipped up a quick design. It's nothing too insane. It's just words on a T-shirt. But if you'd like to pick one up, go right ahead. It doesn't. Well, it'll cost you something, but you don't have to if you don't want to.
Actually, that's an idea. That's an idea right there. To create Thomas the Tank Engine Community Radio merchandise. That'd be really cool.
You know what?
Yeah,
I can use my oversized baggy T-shirts, take my Sharpies, and make a profit. Ooh.
Yeah, and we could have the logos of all the individual shows on there, like Character Gallery and Blue Midwest Mysteries and Thomas.
Where's MPS?
Yeah, where's
Yeah,
MPS?
where's MPS?
We could do that. That would be great.
No. We need to make actual merch of Where's MPS.
Yeah. What about this?
Bring back the 2002.
Roberto's face on a shirt, and then underneath it, just saying, "The Biggest Loser."
No, wait. So, Roberto. Then underneath it is the hottest place in town.
This has been a really fun episode, and I'm sorry to say, but we have about 4 minutes left to the overtime segment. So this is the time where I kind of ask you if you have anything you'd want to plug, any social media accounts, anything that you're working on that you'd want people to see, and just say your farewells to the wonderful, beautiful audience out there.
All right. That seems pretty legit. Well, first off, I would just like to say, this has been a blast. Second of all, please don't cancel me.
You can't reverse Uno this. I'm kidding.
But Fred's with me though. Fred.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure to subscribe to his channel. He has lots of cool stuff on there.
Also, on Lego Lover, do you have Discord?
I do. I don't use it that often, but I do have it.
Can you please send me your username and tag?
Sure, why not?
Because it's been lovely talking to you. Also, I did legit. What? Oh, that's creepy. All right. I'm just kidding.
You're probably being grounded.
Ah, crap. No more tap our fall 2020. All right. But legitimately though, I did know 90% of the characters.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It just means I need to try harder to get questions. You're good. You're using your resources.
That's right. Also, guys, dude, just let you in on a tiny secret. This is how I get A+ on online school.
Google is your best friend on online school. I'll just tell you that.
Oh God, yes, it has saved me. Oh,
believe me, it saved me throughout my entire biology course.
But yeah, Lego Lover, do you have any plugs you want to make?
I'll say this
Go
Next
for
week,
it.
or this coming up week on Labor Day, there will not be a new HMR because in observance of Labor Day, I'm taking that Monday off. There will be a new episode of Collectibles Corner airing this Thursday, though, which is a series where I sit in a corner of my bedroom and we just talk about collectibles. And yeah, it's a fun series. It's on statues. I've got a couple of those that I wanted to talk about. And then the week after Labor Day is when Thomas and Friends HMR is coming back. We're covering the 10 movie birthday collection, which I've already alluded to earlier in this stream is not good. So if you want to hear me rant about that, check out the channel. It'll be fun.
All right.
And yeah, I'm pretty much over the next month or so, I'm going to be prepping for October, which is collection month on my channel, which is every year in October. I film a bunch of collection videos and they're uploaded all throughout October. So it always takes a huge amount of prep to get those ready to go. And just a lot of cool stuff coming. Vlogs. I got a new vlog coming up on my trip to Cincinnati, which I'm going on next week to celebrate my 1-year anniversary with my girlfriend. That'll be fun. Just a ton of stuff that I'm getting ready to start up. I've got a new mini series of regular HMR coming up that'll be announced in a upcoming update video. So yeah, if you want to know about updates about this, you can either subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed, which is LegoLover117, or you can follow me on Twitter at LegoLover117. Just be wary if you do. I retweet a lot of political stuff, so if you're not into that kind of thing, maybe don't hit the follow button. But if you do like updates on my content and just what I'm doing in my daily life, you can follow me there. And Taj, thanks for having me on the show, man. I really enjoyed this. I really would like to come back on again. This was a really fun.
Oh, same.
This is a really fun experience, and it's nice to get to do something outside of my own channel.
Yeah,
every once in a while.
And I really want to expose a lot of people to both of your content, because this is both a very large and very small community. We're very insular, and we really cling on to, our friend groups. But there's so many people who share that passion, and I wanted to share that with everyone. So I want to thank once again both of you for being on. Pertaining to community radio, I want to say that thank you for tuning in to Taj Week. This has been Taj Week on community radio. In case you haven't checked it out, I was on Trackside Tunes this past Monday with the great Trains and Tugs, and we discussed comparing the music of the new series with the classic series. It was absolutely great. And also, if you haven't also checked it out, I was on an episode of Thomas Mysteries with Solman talking about how William Stanier possibly killed a man in the Railway series canology.
Okay, that's Thomas. Yeah.
Hey man, we've all killed a man at some point, right?
Yeah.
It's not quite as depressing as singing Hank Williams, but it's up there. Sincerely, if you like this video, please share it. I'm going to be adding timestamps onto it after that. So if you want to listen to any specific part, feel free to share, like, subscribe. Thank you for all of your feedback. And once again, if you want to be on the show, make sure to fill out the poll and survey in the chat. So anyway, once again, thank you both so much for being on. It's been an absolute blast, and good night to everyone. Now,
thank you for having us, and thank you all for watching. Good night, everybody.
Well, now we're in the credits, which is when we usually say something really stupid. That shouldn't be hard for me.
I like toes.
And don't quote us the odds that next time Taj will do something.
Okay. I don't know what we're doing. None of us know what we're doing. We're Thomas fans. I mean, come on.
Ain't that the truth?
La, 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 la.
Buy my t-shirt.